their
Well, good evening, everyone. We are here. We are live. We are having fun. And,
Yeah.
oh, crap, you. What the hell was that trying to eat the screen this time?
Hamburger revenge.
Fucking sentient burgers. You know what? And I just finished my dinner not too long ago. But, yeah, it looked a lot better than that. Although, question, are those seasoned fries or just supposed to be regular?
Couldn't tell you.
I'm going to guess regular.
Don't even know your own anatomy.
Well, it's not like he can lick his eyebrow.
Yeah, I don't have a tongue.
It'd be interesting to see him try, though. So, I will apologize now if my mind starts to drift and wander to random non-associated things, because I've been awake since 2:30 in the morning. And
that was not my fault. That was I am
no.
innocent in that. That is not my fault.
This was because of work. So yesterday and today, I had the wonderful opportunity to go down to Nantucket Island for work. But that involves a almost 2-hour drive just to the ferry port, a 2.5-hour ride on the ferry just to get to the island.
Hey, some people are into that whole riding a ferry for 2 hours. Just saying.
No. Now, do you remember, Jared? Do you remember your clay?
My what?
Do you remember your Andrew Dice Clay at this point?
Not as much as I should.
There once was a man from Nantucket whose dick was so long he could suck it.
Well, the real question, though, Jared, is since you had to go to a ferry port, was the elf port next to them?
I couldn't tell. It was too early in the morning, and it was pouring rain. And, of course, there was no parking lot within a reasonable distance to the actual terminal. So guess who ended up soaked on the way there?
Guess who ended up looking like he came out of boot camp?
I will say,
do you get paid for that travel or no?
That's the only reason why I agreed to go. Because so normally, if I have to go to my primary airport, I can only bill the hours I'm on site at my airport. If I go anywhere else, as soon as I begin my travel on the way there, I'm on the clock.
Oh, I mean, there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
And I definitely got him to sweeten the deal, because I ended up getting my boss to sign off on per diem for both days.
Oh, well, shit. Per diem up there, if I remember right, it's pretty good. It's like over $100, right?
In the greater Boston area, yes. Nantucket Island, it's
not so much.
It's only $76 a day.
That's better than nothing.
Well, yeah,
$150.
Yeah, seeing as how I had to go there 2 days in a row because a tool fucking broke. Yeah.
Do you have any idea how much the per diem for Waikiki is?
Probably
just over 200.
200 and something, yeah.
No, it wasn't quite that high, but it was about 160.
Oh, then it's
gone down. I was getting
down.
100, and Bahrain I was getting 124. but I got it for 6 full months straight, so that was nice.
Oh, nice.
So
And my apartment was paid for, my rental car was paid for, my cell phone was paid for. The whole work.
Yeah, I just had the hotel being paid for. I didn't get a rental car. I had to borrow a car.
Yeah, no, they gave me a Nissan Pathfinder. It was pretty nice.
Well, there you go.
So
And gas, but
Yeah.
gas was 30 cents a gallon, so it didn't matter.
not to mention, so all the driving that I had to do. I got the travel time. I also got the per diem. Any incurred expenses, parking, the ferry, tickets back and forth, and everything.
Mileage.
And mileage, and the mileage rate right now, 58 cents a mile.
Man, that's high.
Yep.
Well,
Good.
I am going to go back to singing on Rock Band for a while.
There you go.
Wait, are you going back to doing the occasional video of that, Sean, or is
I
this...
can turn it on streaming right now if I want to, but I'm not streaming at the moment. But I could.
Yeah, your call. You know how free flow this can end up being. I mean, and then again, you know what, guys? I promise, as of right now, we are not going to have another 7.5-hour marathon because I'm too fucking tired.
Oh, come on, Jared. You know you want to.
Let's see. It's 8 o'clock at night on a Friday. I can sing until the wee hours of the morning for all I care. I don't give a fuck about the neighbors.
Well, yeah, Friday night into the weekend. Have at it, man.
Where's Flat Earth Aussie Jesus? Let's get him in here.
No.
No, let's do Lumberg.
No.
Oh,
no.
And let's grab tornado pelt while we're at it. Just balance that shit out.
Oh no, or 33andMe.
We could always call CC again.
No. The one that I've been trying to get show up because it actually is.
Hold on, Jared. Hold on.
Meets the criteria.
Let me share my screen.
Yep.
Let me share my screen.
Yeah. Come on. There it is.
Anticlimactic.
Oh, JM.
Oh.
Oh, so you are making the video on it. That is beautiful.
I'm trying to find the timestamp. That's the thing, is I went to where you said it should be.
It's like right before, is like literally a minute or so before I sent the message.
Now, the problem is I don't know how long he had been going when you started. So.
Hmm.
And I didn't hear it in the first 15 minutes or so, so.
Oh, guys.
What is it he said?
So apparently, all U.S. nuclear subs have to surface at least once every 3 weeks to deal with depleted oxygen in the atmosphere.
What
the fuck?
Depleted oxygen in the atmosphere of the submarine?
Yes.
But that's not how that works.
CO2 was the problem, not lack of oxygen.
Maybe a diesel sub.
But even then, Alan, part of the recirculation system is a CO scrubber.
I know they've got CO scrubbers. I'm saying, I thought the bit that kills you wasn't the lack of oxygen, because you can always pump more oxygen in. It was the fact that the CO2 concentration got too high, and that poison's dead.
It doesn't so much poison you, it's heavier than oxygen, so you can't exhale it.
Yeah, so for everyone in the chat wondering, I got JM Truth to really spout some stupid on his last...
A car went by, we didn't hear your last few words.
Oh no, I stopped because I heard it.
Oh.
I was trying to beat that ambulance. Come on.
You're supposed to beat it by muting, not by trying to jerk off faster.
You mute me because I got an ambulance coming up behind me. You're about to get blowed out. I can't mute right now. I'm driving. I can't see my screen.
And there we go.
They're coming for the hamburger. They're coming for the hamburger.
All right. So
You got him to do what?
So in his live stream the other day, I got him to spout quite the plethora of stupid between him and that surprisingly Shelley or whatever her name was.
Supposedly Shelley.
Supposedly Shelley, yeah. Who here is the really interesting one that I would love to have microbloganism address. Her claim was that the amount of vaccines given by the military gave her lupus.
Oh, bullshit.
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull the clip up specifically.
Shit.
So, who is she? I'm not aware of her.
She's a West Point grad.
And
Oh my God.
And she's a journalist working with JM Truth on this documentary that they're doing.
So what if supposedly Shelley married allegedly Dave?
Did it really happen?
I know.
Yeah.
And what if Schrodinger's cat officiated the wedding?
I think we would just break
may or may not be
all.
married.
It could just rip a hole in the space-time continuum.
That it very well could. Alleged West Point grad. You know what? As I asked Furball after hearing that, what was your response there, Furball? When
What was that?
No,
Oh, let's see if I can find it.
because it's like, okay, this person claims to be a West Point grad, but has said this. And I think your response was along the lines of,
What are your thoughts on that?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've arrested multiple West Point grads for extremely stupid things, so it's not surprising.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to find her spot here.
Yeah, I've heard Naval Academy grads say stupid things daily.
Yeah, now, see, here's the thing, NANA. As soon as she made that comment, I logged in and started not using Google, using the Super Spider network through my school's library to try to find any medical paper where it was cited that someone was afflicted with lupus as a result from vaccines. The only thing I could find was that lupus is occasionally flared by vaccines. Which means...
Well, yeah, because it's an autoimmune deficiency disease.
Yes, which means she had the issue before.
Pre-existing, yeah.
Yep. So, after I was getting no responses, I went into the chat and asked, I was like, hey, so let me make sure I got this right. The vaccines gave you lupus. So you're the first person in history for this to happen to? Because I am finding 0 reported cases of that happening.
And didn't you get a band hammer
Right.
after that, or a boot?
Yeah, they banned one of my accounts for that. Because at that point, I had switched to my Moto channel to talk in the chat, because they kept timing me out on my main channel.
Wow.
Lupus is genetic. Yes, that's the thing. It was a pre-existing condition that she did not know about because it had not presented. She got a certain vaccine while going either through the end of training or officially active duty in the Army. It flared. They figured out what it was, and she was gone because, sorry, the military will not have someone on active duty who has lupus.
Now, did she graduate from West Point, or did she go to West Point?
They said she
They
was
said
a
the
West Point grad. But just being a graduate does not mean you actually served. Because you can still attend a service academy, but not actually end up with a commissioning.
It's really rare. I don't know about West Point, but for the Naval Academy, it does happen.
It does happen, but it is exactly that. It is rare, Because what they end up doing is like, oh, well, by the way, so now instead of you having gone to school for free, this is how much we are back billing you.
Yeah, unless it's not your fault. Like if you did, get lupus, like then you would not be, you wouldn't be back billed for that.
No. An appropriate general or honorable discharge because of something preventing you from furthering your service. Exactly that. You would graduate, you would get your degree, but you would not have those penalties on the back end.
Right. It's for people
Just ask
that,
her what her.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just ask her what her graduation class is.
Yeah, class number.
Well, she went colorfully off the rails when I just asked. It's like, I'm finding no citation to substantiate your claim. Notice, I didn't say she was lying. I didn't say anything other than I'm trying to find a record of this being the case, of this actually happening as you are stating it, and I'm not finding it.
Yeah.
And they lost their shit.
Any of us who graduated college, even not from a service academy even, can prove that we graduated. I mean, I'm looking at my diploma right now. It's on my wall.
Yeah, I never had the I love me area. I have the diploma somewhere. It's actually in a box in a storage unit right now because, well, in the process of moving.
Well, I have the program from my graduation. I have the program for my commissioning. I have my commissioning certificate. You get all that stuff. So it shouldn't be really hard if she did serve to be able to prove it. I'm not saying she didn't, but I'm saying it should be easy to prove.
Yeah. Well, and so listen to this. Giving you a link or even a PDF clip from a newspaper or whatever would have proved enough to make it plausible. Being mad about doubts is silly. And here's the thing. That's just it. These people are like, oh, do your own research. Actually look into it. They make a claim. You try to look into it, and they don't like it. It's almost like they operate on a double standard.
I wonder if she'll release her, make a PDF of her little yellow book with her inoculations in it.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if, I think I do have that somewhere.
Yeah, I got my little yellow book, and even though they do anything digital, I still had them do everything by hand also. So I kept that my I Love Me book.
Hey, Dad.
But you can find out her class number and see if she's like you said, she graduated, but was she commissioned? If she was not commissioned, why? And if she said it was because of her vaccines, and should be able to point to her vaccines that she got in her little yellow book or on her medical record saying this is the one that gave it to me. Because I have been inoculated against every single fucking thing that the Army can give you, including anthrax and smallpox and all that shit. And yeah.
I had 9 anthrax shots.
Yeah, I got the entire series.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only
also,
one I missed out on.
Where is her massive settlement with the VA?
Yeah, I'd love to see her VA paperwork.
Hey, Dad, look at the tell.
Do I really have to?
Yeah, my father-in-law was able to...
Dad, I'm talking about my other dad.
Oh.
My father-in-law was able to pinpoint that Agent Orange gave him the conditions that he has, and he got over like $250,000 and then retroactively 100% disability. So basically set him for the rest of his life.
All right, so William Sines has a good question from the chat. You had 9 shots against a heavy metal band. No, William. They got the 9-shot series to amplify the love of the band.
To be fair, though,
I also got
7 shots last night. So
I also got the Public Enemy booster.
Piggy, we don't talk about my work at such. You know, because I'm hoping there's no repeat performance of that tonight. Odds are they're going to get more accurate.
Yeah. I'll sit on the phone with you. Don't worry. I'll listen for that.
God, like I really want you on the phone with me all night. No.
Can I ask a
because after
question?
that, go ahead.
When I did my basic training, I think we had to go and get our shots. And I think we got 6 of them in about 3 minutes. And I think it was the second week. It might have been about the second week of training. So I would have. It just surprises me that somebody would go through 3 years of training and not have already had the shots right at the beginning.
Where's Morty?
Pig's here. Who do you think?
No. I'm referring to Lord Burns.
No, I know. And Pig's in here.
Damn it, Morty.
Okay. So yeah, look at that one right there. It was military vaccine that gave Shelley lupus. She had an honorable medical discharge. Yeah, if you're medically discharged, it's a general, not honorable.
Look what I put here after I saw that she listed her, or she finally posted in the chat.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
And-
I mentioned they have an open invite to join us.
Well, if you can tie it to military service, you're typically not medically discharged, you're medically retired.
There we go.
Yeah, see that, and that is another caveat to it.
Supposedly, JM Truth is medically retired, but I don't know what his fucking problem is that would have got him out.
Psychosis.
Well, that
Mental
too.
retardation.
Because I got my forgot the duck medal, and I didn't get fucking medically retired. I just stuck it out for my 23 years.
What did he say? What did he do in the military? He was an army, right?
He was army. From what he said, he was an army medic, which can mean fucking pretty much anything. Because army medics, they get.
That's right. I remember now. He was an army everything.
Yeah, but the thing is, when he says army medic, he doesn't like specify what he does. Because army medics kind of, when they're not doing shit, they work in the fucking training room, which, you know, the front office, kind of push around paperwork. They usually sit in the headquarters platoon or the headquarters company or headquarters troop, whatever you got going on. And when they go out to when there's a range, they basically sit in the fucking FLA and do absolutely fucking nothing unless somebody gets fucking shot, which doesn't happen because they usually just sleep in the fucking truck anyways. And when they get fucking deployed, they usually get pushed down to a platoon for a mission. And when they get back from a mission, they get pushed back up to fucking headquarters. So, yeah.
Oh, that's way different than how we use our corpsmen. We use our corpsmen in an entirely different way.
You mean to actually take care of medical stuff no matter where they are?
Well,
that's pretty much. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, the thing about army medics is they go to school and they get their training and stuff like that. But when they get down to a unit, they go down. They get to a battalion or a squadron if you're in an armored cavalry unit. But anyways, you get down to a battalion level, and what they'll do is they'll ship them off to the fucking headquarters company. And from there, or a battery if you're an air defense unit, and from there they're kind of sitting there. They'll do the fucking blood work, or they'll, all the when they got somebody who needs to come in and they hurt themselves at sports, or the one who patches them up, and then from there they'll send them off to like the bigger post one that will take care of, because there's always what they call the aid station at the unit for little shit, and then if the aid station can't handle it, they'll push it up to the bigger, the higher echelon. Say like at Fort Lewis, it'll be Madigan Army Medical Center. Before Madigan, the unit will see him. The PA, the physician assistant, will take a look at it and determine if it's worth anything like that, if it's a sprain or whatnot. But he didn't. Like I said, he just says Army medic. He's not really spelling out exactly what he did, because I guarantee you, he spent most of his fucking time fucking sitting behind a desk pushing fucking paperwork, checking on shit, making sure people's vaccines were up to date, or making sure people's TB tests in the unit were who needs to come in to get what fucking shots and whatnot. And if he deployed, maybe he fucking fixed some holes, but I guarantee I fixed more fucking holes than he did.
Well, we also can't forget the cross-training as a mortarman and the marksmanship course, which he initially claimed as a truncated sniper course.
Well, the
Yeah.
thing is, when you deploy, they have a thing. If you're going to be in a unit that has different types of equipment, you're going to get cross-trained on everything, just in case your fucking helicopter gets shot down or your truck gets blown up and you're all by your little lonesome. There's like a sniper rifle. You kind of know where to fucking point the pointy end towards the enemy and fucking squeeze the trigger. That way, you kind of have a general understanding of it. But when you get out in the field, you will never fucking see or hold that goddamn thing, especially with the fucking prescription eyeglasses he fucking has.
Yeah.
It's not going to fucking
that's
happen.
like in the Navy, that's like a 3 or 4 week course. Just basic move, shoot, communicate type stuff.
Yeah, in the Army, I mean, I never went through a sniper course. I gone through basically the same thing he fucking did at Fort Lewis, and it was like, oh, here's a fucking sniper rifle. It fucking shoots this far. This is how you adjust for this and this. We're gonna go out to the range on fucking on Wednesday after we do Monday and Tuesday classwork, and then you're gonna fucking shoot, and they're gonna come out and do a night shot, and on Friday y'all gonna graduate and have a nice fucking day. It's kind of like that.
That sounds about right.
And then when you get out to the sorry.
In the Army, do y'all have? So in the Navy, we have what's called a independent duty corpsman, which is basically your equivalent of a medic, but he can work. He is tied to a physician or a PA that he reports to, but say on a frigate or something small, they don't have a doctor, so he's basically acting in lieu of a doctor. Do y'all have something like that that's a higher echelon of medic?
Well, it's kind of like, not really. It's more specialized. For example, if you're, say, my last unit when I retired, I was in with ACR in Fort Irwin. If you got sick or you came down the system, say, like, you needed a fucking test or they need your fucking blood sample or some shit like that, or yada yada, wherever you had going. Anyways, the fucking first sergeant would say, okay, you need Sergeant Harden. There you go. You need to get a about this and about Sergeant Harden about that. And okay, Sergeant Harden was the fucking medic down there. So you get with Sergeant Harden and he fucking does the looks in the computer and he fucking brings over his fucking little minions of little E4, little E3, E2. Medics will come up because they're all fucking medics, and they'll fucking take care of you. But if it's something they can't fucking handle, they'll push you up to the Wheat Army Medical Center where the actual doctors are. But at the TMC, the troop level, there's the PA. The PA is the first person you'll see before they push you up to what do you call that thing? Fuck me, can't remember now.
Yeah, when I was at SEAL Team 2, we had a PA, but on smaller ships, even like destroyers, they have an independent duty corpsman who, I don't know how many of the rest of you have experience with independent duty corpsmen, but a lot of them are very, very competent. They're authorized to give you morphine, do minor procedures. They're pretty competent. Their school is over a year long. That's after all of their initial training. They have to prove that they can actually. You would know, Jay Brown, because I'm sure you had an IDC on your sub.
Yep. So do fast boats too.
Yeah, we have IDCs. So.
Yeah,
they're very competent.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
We refer to them as the doc.
Yeah.
In the army, when you have your competent fucking medics who are with the units, and then the ones who can't do shit, who have a hard time doing about everything, they're the ones who usually get stuck staying up at fucking the higher echelon, in the what we call the training room in the army, the desk work, that kind of thing. They'll kind of sit there, but the ones who are competent, who actually can do something and take care of fucking business when it happens, like I was talking about the guy named Sergeant Harden, he was the guy who fucking knew how to do shit at the fucking unit. So he was when we deployed, not with him, but he's the kind of person you want to deploy with, because he's the kind of guy who sees something bad's fucking happening to somebody, he runs over and takes care of it. He doesn't get all fucking emotional and gets flustered about doing it. He just looks and solves the fucking problem. But it's that kind of fucking individual that we had to deal with. But you do have the medics who all they do when they get to a unit, you see them at reception. You get a medic in, all they want to do is go to the fucking hospital. All they want to do is work at the hospital. They don't want to get fucking pushed down to battalion levels or troop levels or platoon levels. They love fucking working at the hospital. So medics will spend the time at a hospital. and do absolutely nothing for fucking 5 years except fucking run around, do whatever they fucking do, and then when they go down to a unit, that's back down to the real Army, where the Army actually fucking makes you do shit, make you come into PT and, you know, do weight tests and all PT tests and all that shit, makes them actually fucking be in the Army again. But when they get in fucking, but you'll hear medics whine so fucking bad at reception when you're sitting in a room with them, like, man, I got this fucking stuff to go down to fucking regiment. How come I can't go to the fucking hospital? They need my fucking thing at the hospital. You're just a fucking medic, dude. You just fucking patch holes and fucking work on the computer.
At the hospital, they also don't have to make decisions.
Yeah, at the hospital, a medic.
Somebody else will tell them what to do.
Yeah, at a hospital like Madigan Army Center at Fort Lewis, or the hospital at Fort Irwin, which is Wheat Army Medical Center. You walk in near the people who work at the reception, those are the fucking medics. When you got to go back and get your x-ray taken care of, that's a fucking x-ray tech. When you got a fucking doctor coming in, it's an actual fucking doctor. It's not a fucking medic coming in to fucking, you know, check your fucking legs for sprains and shit like that. It's, yeah.
Yeah, and day to day, a medic, when you're in a regular line unit and you're out in the field, my experience was every morning they wander around to make sure everybody's good, and the only thing they do is tell you drink more water and take ibuprofen.
Yeah, it's like for example, it's like I was saying, when you got fucking range day and they got to coordinate with a medic, you got to coordinate with through fucking you got to coordinate through regiment, so a fucking regiment will release one of the fucking medics, and then they'll fucking bring down an FLA, which is the Humvee with the medic ambulance fucking Humvee. They'll drive that fucking thing down there and sit at the fucking range. They'll back up and they'll drop the fucking back and they'll put out their little stretcher. Then they go inside and be on their fucking phones hooked up to a fucking battery and battery inverter all fucking day and playing, Bejeweled or whatever they fucking did all day. While everybody else is fucking shooting, because they can't do nothing. They can't be tasked to do any kind of range cleanup. They can't be tasked to work in the fucking in the ammo pit. They just got to sit in that fucking truck, and that's all the fucking medics do. When the range goes cold, they pack that shit up and fucking haul ass back to the motor pool as fast as possible.
I had a case when I was in Iraq that was there was a engineer battalion, and they did not have their own PA, but they had a full medic section. And this is combat area, so I mean they're actually active duty medics. I mean they're doing their thing. But because they did not have their own PA, one of their sister battalions lent them their PA when they needed a doctor to just agree. And the medics were generally competent enough that the PA would just agree. And sad story, decent in the end. One of their medics got blown up from a mortar hit. Not killed, just damaged a little bit. And everywhere along the way, all of the medics that were treating him was like, hey, man, he's a medic. Make him feel good. So they jacked him up with morphine. Oh. Gets to the next spot, same thing. Gets to the next spot, same thing. By the time he had recovered about 3 weeks later, he was addicted to morphine.
It's kind of like when
back to his unit. He got back to the unit, and because they didn't have their own PA and they were borrowing a PA, he started overdrawing morphine for himself.
Yeah, I never had any issues like.
They had caught it. Yeah, by the time they caught it, he'd been doing it for about 2 months, and they were freaking out. I was like, holy shit, what the hell is this guy doing? We went and searched his room. He didn't just have morphine, though. He also had syringes and IV bags and another pain-killing alternative, because he was actually trying to wean himself from the morphine without anybody finding out.
How often did you guys do fucking health and welfares?
This wasn't my unit. I just investigated it because I happened to be out. I was on Ramadi when they came over and told us about it.
In the Navy.
That's right. You're CID. I keep forgetting you're CID.
Yeah. And according to the chain of command, their sergeant major like, dude, I mean, if it weren't for him, I've got 10 people I know that would be dead right now. So they ended up sending him up to launch stool, pushing him through ASAP and recovery, and then gave him a suspended Article 15 and brought him back.
Well, it kind of wasn't his fault. I mean,
I've known a guy at Fort Irwin.
Go ahead.
I knew a guy at Fort Irwin who was really fucking high speed, and he fucking pissed hot for I can't think, some kind of fucking prescription drug, something like that. And normally in the Army, you come up hot, you're fucking done. But this guy was fucking high speed, and the unit actually kind of held on to him, and he actually stayed in the unit instead of being kicked out. He actually stayed in the unit, was taken care of, but he was one of our very hard-working soldiers, one of the ones you didn't have to babysit, took care of fucking business. You put him on a fucking hill, he would do what he had to do on top of that fucking hill. But normally, you come up fucking drunk or piss hot, you're done.
Yeah, right when I was retiring, actually, while I was on terminal leave, but before my actual retirement ceremony, a bunch of guys from my team, they had taken a trip to DC, an overnight trip, and they hotboxed one of the team vans. And in that van was their senior chief, Troop LCPO. He helped them hotbox the van, and so that was bad. So they ended up calling our PA. Our PA was on travel. They called him back and did a team-wide piss test.
I made sure.
Like 9 dudes, 9 SEALs, lost their jobs over that.
Yeah, I was getting close to retirement. I didn't even remotely go anywhere where I fucking thought something might fucking get into my drinks or I might fucking smell something bad. I just sit my little fucking ass out in the desert playing around on my fucking 4-wheeler, and that was fucking it. No more LA for fucking this dude. Stay away from that shit. Wasn't gonna fuck up my retirement for that.
Yeah.
Well, and it's amazing the number of people who don't have that sort of self-preservation thought.
Yeah, it's few and far between.
Yeah, the worst part was this was one of the senior chiefs at our team that everybody thought, oh yeah, he's definitely going to be a master chief one day. And he's very well thought of. And I mean, to his credit, he copped to it. He was like, yep, we smoked weed in the van, all of us. But, that's not good enough. So he's done. I don't know if he had 20. I don't think he did.
Even then, at that point, you're going to be busted in such a way that... yeah.
He would still probably get to retire, but just with egg on his face.
And,
So,
yeah.
So, back to GM truth and his bullshit.
Walk of shame, like walking around in public with a facial.
That's not quite what that means.
Here we go, just for Team
That's
Skeptic.
what went through my mind.
We were talking about egg, not the other part of the equation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the stuff that they were getting wrong in that was just hilarious. And
Does anybody have contact information for them? Let's get them in here.
Who? What?
Jam.
You mean like this topic, Jared?
Who? What?
Yes, they did mention that.
Yeah, this is.
You can try and tell me all about fucking rifled fucking gun or mortars. And how cannonballs shoot straight up.
One night on here, we called somebody else.
Then you guys have Aussie fucking Jesus or whatever.
Yeah, but
yeah, we had him last week.
We called somebody. Oh no, it was the Morgile.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Yeah, we called him one night.
If you guys are talking about calling someone, we can always call CC.
That's what I just said, and they said no, they won't play with me.
Intentionally this time, Pig.
That was fucking hilarious this morning. I will give that.
I have to admit, CC, especially when he says hello, sounds exactly like Psy.
Who's CC?
A New Yorkian flat earther.
Yeah, some guy from New York. He's a flat earther from New York. I haven't seen much of him lately.
Are you talking about
the sound of him?
Yeah, I was about to say. I thought you was talking about some guy named Conspiracy Cats.
Oh no, this guy's name is Chris something, I think, but he calls himself CC.
I know a lot of chicks that call themselves CC.
Yeah, let me see if I can find his page real fast.
CC's Pizza? Pizza? What?
No, less tasty.
I always want JM Truth to come in here so he can talk about cannonballs when they're shot straight up. They go right back into the barrel. So I can point out the harp gun for him. Again.
Oh, here he is. CC Flat Earth.
God, it's so the Earth is so flat. Those mountains out in the distance, they're so below my fucking eye level, but yet they're higher than I am.
No, he's still making videos. He made one 3 days ago.
Wow. So
almost always in his car. I don't know why he likes to drive while stupid.
Because that is the only place he feels comfortable to spout it. Probably because everyone else in his house will literally start beating the crap out of him.
Okay, I mean, I made a video about him called Driving While Stupid. I guess he didn't see it.
Actually, I know why. But I actually chatted with him today. We talked about.
You did call him back?
Yeah. He had no idea what. What's the satellite?
Himawari 8.
Yeah, he had no idea what Himawari 8 was.
Oh, wow.
He was very surprised that an Australian man could match the cloud patterns through a picture from the Himawari 8.
Oh, speaking of that, I got something kind of in the works on my alternate channel. I'm just debating about if I'm actually going to go through with it. A while ago, I took a fucking picture of a thunderstorm that passed over my area, and the entire part of Central Valley of California, from what I could see from here, from my position with the drone up, doing a 360, nothing in the fucking valley, nothing along the coast, and here's this big thunderstorm. It's pretty much the thunderstorm, and south is all fucking nasty. So at the same time, I just went on fucking line to the to NOAA satellite for the western part of the United States, and I actually found that fucking thunderstorm in the open, the completely clear Central Valley, and yeah, lined up everything.
Nice. Well, let's call CC, see if he wants to come talk to us.
Don't check him out now.
You know what? Why not? Let's see if he answers. And in the meantime, while you are dialing the phone, Big, the other thing with
we do have to tell him that he's on, just for legal purposes.
No, we don't actually, because the person who's dialing is in a one-party.
No, we don't.
State.
Oh, okay, all right. So never mind.
It's a dick move if you don't.
I'm okay with
yeah, kind of.
But with JM Truth,
and it is, and it's also a public number. So, like this is a number he broadcasts on social media to call him for.
Yeah, that's how I found it to begin with. Was he said it? He's like, call me.
Well, we'll introduce him to the burger.
He won't be able to see it. It's literally going to be calling his phone.
Oh, that sucks.
I like the burger though.
Whose fucking burger is that?
Cheesy.
That's me.
Ready when you are,
Hey, Geist, leave it to the Air Force guy to play with the cheeseburger. Yeah.
Hey.
All right.
We're only
That's okay. My entire fucking career in the Army, 95% of my career in the Army was air defender, so I shot down fucking airplanes as a living. I can use a fucking Stinger missile THT trainer and get fucking tone on F-15s all day.
All right. Before we pick, we have to pick who's going to speak to him. I nominate Jared.
No.
Yeah.
Not it.
Not it.
Yeah, Jared,
what kind of shit does he sell?
Hey, wait a minute. Let's break. I got the perfect idea. We have someone's cherry to pop. Burns, you're up.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Oh. That sounds like a very good plan to me.
Everyone else mute.
Don't make me pull out dick butt.
Remove that. Remove that link. How dare you? Okay. I'm muting everyone real quick. All right, Burns, unmute yourself.
Okay, who am I talking to?
You're going to be talking to, as soon as I dial him, CC the Flat Earther.
Oh, jeez.
And we are dialing.
Oh, hang on. Oh, crap. My browser froze.
The mailbox is full and cannot accept any messages at this time.
All right.
Why did I keep waiting for a fucking Jerky Boys fucking thing to come out?
God damn.
Well, you
So,
know,
like,
you know what that
remember
image
last
is. He said he
time-
blocked Iggy's number. Is what it is. He got Piggy blocked now.
Well, remember
No.
last time he didn't answer and he called us back, so we can.
Yeah, he did.
There's still hope.
Well, yeah, this morning, Pig accidentally dialed him when trying to get You Wished back onto the call, and he called back a second time to try to figure out who the fuck did I call. And when CC
Because
answered,
we all thought that it was Psy.
Yeah, and
You did use a
Somebody killed the dinosaur.
No,
I wish I
we're
remembered
calling
the
Dr.
Morgals
Dino
number.
now.
Oh yeah, call Dr. Dino.
Not it.
Oh, not it.
Not it.
Not it.
No. I nominate.
Yourself.
Hold on. Who am I nominating here?
Yourself.
Geistview is pretty well spoken.
Hold on. I can't call Dr. Dino because I already called him with a very elaborate story about how my fiance died due to a car crash several hours before the call. And he put me on the phone with a therapist and himself. So yeah, I can't call him. He knows my things now.
Fucking wind.
I nominate Jay Brown.
Yeah, Jay Brown, you got good audio, so that makes sense.
I second the nomination of Jay Brown.
Yeah, not gonna happen.
The people have spoken, Jay Brown.
Yeah, that's the beauty. I can just opt not to. I have more than one mute. And you cannot force me to.
Jared, force him.
I'll do it, but
there's this thing called consent, Pig.
if I'm
All
going
right,
to do
all
it,
right,
we need to come
no,
up with
no,
a
no.
backstory first.
Well, I can call with my backstory as Michael.
Yeah, just say.
Hey, if
well,
you want to
did
call
you,
and give him an update.
Yeah, did you let on?
No. He was like, we ended the call with me talking to the therapist, right? Like it was
then
a
call
three-way
back with an
call with
update.
the therapist.
Yeah, and tell him how much he helped you, and that you're now a younger creationist.
Oh, wait, hang on.
Ask him how a terminal and a lateral moraine proves young Earth creation.
Oh, wait, hang on. While you're doing that, before we get into this, I have a question for Demon Orb Heathen in the live chat. The video that you told me to go take a look at, are you okay with us sharing it live on air here? Now we'll give the live stream time to catch up and get an actual answer from the chat. In the meantime,
You can send it to me on Discord if you want.
I'm putting it in the internal chat.
Close enough.
Okay, that sounded totally disgusting.
Or
Like
Hey, can you send pictures through like on a cell phone through the chat?
No.
Yeah, you know what? I don't think so. Haven't tried.
Yeah,
and he said
ready
it's
for
cool. He said it's cool. Pig, you can wait 2.5 minutes. Because the video is less than 2.5 minutes long.
Yeah, that gives you time to come up with what you're going to say. I'm thinking either they.
I just do it on the spot, Schrodinger. That's where you got me wrong.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
So this is Demon Orb's video about CC.
Oh, hey guys, it's CC here from New York. I just wanted to talk to you guys while I had a few minutes. Guys, a goddamn helicopter coming past. Constantly helicopters coming past. What's going on? Something about conspiracies. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you about the biggest problem I've noticed recently. SpaceX's satellites they launched. Do you really think we believe your crap? We don't know what they really are. I reckon it's like some sort of drone, maybe. Or look, a bird. Where was I? Oh, yeah. So these big helium balloons they send up with drones inside.
Stopping for commentary's sake.
As someone who called him as of like 4 hours ago, this is spot on accurate. He started to talk about the ISS and how he didn't know what it was, and started to talk about how it could have been there for thousands of years.
Hold on. Kudos to William Stein.
Yeah, William's got that pretty much nailed. Black helicopters coming across the border. Puppet
Oh, no.
Master
Do you know what
New
that's
World
from?
Order. No.
That's even better. Have you heard of a song called Royals?
By Lord?
By Lord?
Yeah. Weird Al
Yeah.
parodied it.
She's adorable.
Yes.
Oh, the
when
aluminum
they
foil
did the music video for it.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
Yeah, that's some of his best work.
Oh, but did you see the music video? Who was the director in that?
Yeah. Dude.
No, who was the director?
It was Patton Oswalt.
Oh yeah,
Oh, wow.
well he was in it too. He was in it towards the end.
Yeah, he was the director in the video, directing Al for his whatever his commercial was or whatever for foil.
The infomercial for tinfoil.
Yeah, we should play that.
All right,
later.
the word is good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna ban you.
No,
I'm not gonna ban you. I'm just gonna time you out. Can I, Jared?
Out of pure jealousy, yes.
There you go.
Just because of jealousy. He got
Exactly. That's all it is.
What?
See, even Marvel is jealous. I had to defend her honor on that.
Anyways, back
the play button.
Back to the video.
Back to the video.
Probably to protect us from the lizard people, but who knows? What the hell is that? Oh, it's a cow. What was I talking about? Yeah, so these satellites, what are they doing up there? I don't know, but you can rest assured they're not orbiting Earth because we don't live on a ball. No chance we live on a ball. Oh, sorry, I got distracted again. Anyway, don't drop your phone in water, especially if it's too deep, because it just won't work. Yeah, that's another thing with the conspiracies about the lying little snakes and the little pricks doing their chemtrailing. Look, there goes one now. Never mind. What was I talking about? That's right, the satellites. Don't trust them. They're all lies. They've never been to the moon. One day they'll tell us they've been to the sun, but you can't go to the sun during the day. I reckon they could do it at night, though. Ooh, a squirrel. Anyway, yeah, so these satellites, they're just...
He thinks the sun's only hot during the day.
Oh, God.
That's a great line.
And then squirrel.
All right, continuing on.
Oh, damn fake. Yeah, the Earth's flat, and what the hell? Oh yeah, it was a cow. I get confused.
Oh,
that was brilliant.
Well played, sir. Well
I like
played.
that you can't go to the sun during the day.
See that?
All right.
All right, let's see what the pig can do as a follow-up.
All right, Piggy.
I'm gonna let my diamond
Be right back.
come through. Okay, so you guys ready?
Waiting on you.
Here we go. I believe it's a 3.
Evangelism and Dinosaur Adventureland in Lenox, Alabama. This is Kent Hovind. You have 5 options here. If you'd like to order our materials or come visit Dinosaur Adventureland or come to reach the camp ministry, call extension 1. If you'd like to talk to our secretary about scheduling a meeting or any secretarial duties, call extension 2. If you'd like to talk to me personally, dial extension.
At the tone, please say your name, then press pound.
Michael.
Hello, this is Kent Hovind. I'm sorry I wasn't able to answer your phone. If you'd like to talk to me, please call back. You can leave a message here. I'll try to get to you as quick as I can.
Damn it. I was in the zone too. The music set me up and everything.
No, maybe he wants to talk
You
to
know-
a real dino.
The sad part is that he's playing music that was demonized by the church when it was first written in orchestric fashion, back when orchestras were actually popular.
Wait, are you expecting some level of intellectual honesty and consistency with this guy?
No, I don't, but I'm just going to point that out.
Why was that demonized by the church? It sounded amazing.
Well, because it was popular at the time, and we know that anything popular has to be demonized by the church because the church is actually becoming unpopular now. But it was the same thing back then. It was a fear that the things of the secular world would take away from the religious authoritarianism that wasn't supposed to be authoritarianism.
Okay. Well,
I could try to find the Morgal's number.
hey, yeah, go ahead and find that one. Jared, I got a question for you. Can me and you go to Alabama?
I'm afraid if I go, I wouldn't be back.
Well, see, the problem is
Wait,
that
you only go to Bama once.
No. I'm afraid that if I go there, I'm going to end up in jail.
Oh.
Because there are certain types of people who just deserve to be punched in the face.
Well, it was clear that he hit you first.
Well, see, that's the thing is that you could probably search through my friends list, and I'll do this in the after show. I'll tell you guys who to look for. Jay Brown, Piggy, Furball. Yeah, there's somebody actually I know personally from like elementary school that actually lives in Alabama and actually helps Kent Hovind with that dinosaur park.
Oh, ooh! I just had a great idea.
Yeah.
Do you still talk to them enough to potentially set up an interview?
No.
Damn it.
No, we talk, but we don't. With her, it's more about a thing of trying to recapture her youth because she's hit a wall. She's hit that, that 40-year-old barrier where her looks deteriorated rapidly.
So she's saggy and loose.
Hey, perfect for you, Pig.
I'm back.
She's well, she still looks good, but yeah, she wouldn't touch Pig with she wouldn't touch Pig with the Morgal's penis.
Hey, I have to say,
I'm looking.
Line off the hook get along so well.
I'm looking at the Morgal's last video. It's got 34 thumbs up and 114 thumbs down.
Jesus.
And it's called Life or Death 2, but he spelled "or" wrong.
Oh, speaking of spelling things wrong, back to JM Dipshit. Guy.
Yeah, I spelled it wrong.
Guy has a bachelor's of the arts in film editing. Owns and operates a film production company. Constantly is in credits of his own work as lead editor, cinematographer, and whatnot. If you are not already subbed to the channel Writer of Dinosaurs, you should. because he has an entire series going on where all it is pointing out where JM Truth, in his editing of videos, has misspelled simple shit. Now, tell me, someone with a bachelor's in film editing, do you think they should ever misspell the words photography or cinematography?
Probably not.
No.
Hey, y'all get a kick out of this. Here's the description of his first life or death video. Please help if you can. My wife is in liver failure, and I have no way to get her to the hospital. We need help. We need home care. Please help if you can. Okay, so if your wife's in liver failure, there's a number that you can call. It starts with a 9. Does anybody want to guess the last 2 digits?
1, 2.
2 and 2?
Yes, both of those will help.
17.
Instead, he makes a video, posts it on YouTube, waits for funds to come in so that I
69.
guess he can buy a car or get gas or whatever.
Ooh, does someone want to pull up that latest Morgile video? Apparently, the comments on it are to die for.
Well, do life or death, and then life or death too. So do life or death first. It's only 30 seconds. I actually want to hear what he has to say. I'm just looking at the comments, and yeah, he's pretty much getting hammered.
Hey, Jared, those pictures I sent you are ones that I took, and that's my telescope.
Oh, goddamn. Nice.
Yeah, if you want to, like I said, I'm on my phone if you want to share with the rest of the guys, but the first one I shared with you, if you zoom in, what is that? What's that a picture of?
Let me. So I was taking a look at it on my phone. Let me actually pull it up on the computer.
All right. While you're doing that, I'm pulling up the comments for the life or death too.
Well, let's watch it too, because I want to see what he says.
No.
We can't watch it.
Nah, not giving him the viewer watch time.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, it's only 30-second long video.
Well, just clicking on it, won't that give him the view?
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Wait, Jay, are you running your ad blocker?
No, I'm not.
Oh, wow. That first comment right there, just all in with the
I haven't even
haymaker.
sorted it yet. Let's sort by newest first.
Wow.
I made a whole video about this guy e-begging. But look at the thumbs up to thumbs down ratio.
Yeah.
And he spelled "or" wrong. How do you spell "or" wrong? It's 2 letters.
Is he digging for ore?
Oh wait. You got it right here.
Yeah, he got it right the first time. But look how terrible he looks.
Well,
Hey, call him up and ask for fucking 5 grams.
Everyone, hit the like button.
On ours, yes. On his,
On ours, hit
no.
dislike on this one.
I already did.
All right. I see that you're sending me some stuff to share there, Jared.
Yep, these are the pictures from Geist View.
Yeah, the very first picture. If you zoom in, what is it? I'm sure it'll bring back somebody's memory.
Hey, Jay Brown, what was that green button next to your subscribe button?
You mean the dissenter?
Yeah.
What about it?
What is that?
It's an extension that allows me to comment on things that people don't want me to comment on.
Okay.
So like news stories that publish garbage. So which one's the first one that I should show?
So the order I sent them.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will move you all the way over here.
So
I'm on my phone, so I can barely see shit. So.
All right.
Well, guys, the order you sent them to me is the order that I forward them along in.
Okay.
You should send me a link to that, Jay.
If you zoom in on that one, zoom in on that if you can.
How much more do you need it?
I'm trying to see on my phone here. If you zoom in a little bit more.
Yeah. Well,
Down.
Yep.
See the dog?
yeah.
It's the pillar of creation.
That's what I thought.
And with my telescope here in outside Corscold, Arizona, California, with the 57-minute exposure using Star Tracker, I can get that. All those are mine from my telescope.
Is that a
Yes,
dog
all.
or a man sitting on a toilet with a jetpack on?
No, it's not the Rocketeer.
You got a really great picture of the sky screen there.
Well, it actually looks like it's trying to play the circle game with us.
Yeah, but if you guys remember from the Hubble pictures, they call it the pillars of creation with it looks like a dog.
Yeah.
That's that same nebula.
And here's the next one.
I can't remember. I think that's the sombrero. I can't remember. I can barely see it.
Yeah, it's the Sombrero Galaxy.
Like I said, you zoom in on these things.
What program did you use to make these?
I did make my telescope.
That's a damn good program. You should send me one.
It's my 8-inch HD Celestron. So
now I'm trying to remember what the one to the right of it is.
I can barely see. So I have to look at my notes.
That one had a supernova in it a couple years ago.
And I think the montage comes up. Yeah, there's the montage.
Then the montage.
That 8-inch Celestron is like fucking so expensive. That's a great piece of software.
What do you think I was doing with my Antarctica 2 years in Antarctica fucking money? Right now I'm fucking taking paramotor classes. I'm gonna buy me a paramotor.
Hold on, go to the left. Go to the left. CGI.
Yeah.
Well,
you can see the lines in it.
It is a composite image. It is a montage. It is a collage.
Computer generated.
That's a single. Those right there. The only thing I did with those is kind of enhance the contrast a little bit and put a filter on.
Completely photoshopped, completely made up. This is all NASA CGI imagery. You can see.
Yeah, I just wanted to share this with you guys.
Nice.
It's purely CGI.
Purely.
Well,
especially when my telescope is pointing straight up, and I can. There's the last picture you can see. That's my setup right there. So.
That is the direction that the sky screen would be in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sit up there.
Know that they control. Was it Lemmenberg last night on the stream that says they control stars with lasers?
Well, I did have this airplane flying in front of me, like a mile away, with a big banner going back and forth. But I don't. He might have been the fucking source, but I don't know. It was nighttime. Anyways, I just want to show those or share them.
Making an e-begging video versus calling an ambulance is also like a trailer without AC. Not cool.
I like that comment. Which really makes you wonder, how legitimate are the health concerns with his wife? Does he even have a wife? Has anyone seen this wife?
Who's that, Morgan?
Yeah, she's been on videos before.
Yeah, she's been on video. She looks just as coked up as he does.
Yeah, she's.
You talking about Skeletor?
Yeah, Skeletor.
The one that
she looks like she could be attractive under different circumstances.
She looks like one of those fucking things when you're in the service and they fucking have that the progressions of meth fucking poster.
She's like a 6
there's that one
on the meth scale.
Yeah, because she 6 out of 10. She'd be like the point something.
No. I'm talking about in progression. One being.
Oh yeah,
normal,
okay, gotcha.
Because
there's that one. There's that one video where she fucking passes out on the fucking couch behind him while he's fucking talking. She got her fucking mouth open. I just wait for something to fucking fall in like a fucking billiard ball or something.
Okay, so about what Jared said,
sad.
I've seen Jared's wife. I've seen Furball's wife. I've seen like Alan's family. I'm pretty sure once I haven't seen Thoughts by Jay's wife, but I have heard her.
So the question is, how many of those people have you jerked off to?
All of them.
Yeah, I can pretty much say so.
On both sides.
Are you talking
Here you
about
go, Pete.
Morgal's wife?
No, I'm talking about Jared mostly.
Oh, I'm talking about Morgal's wife's a heavy hitter. She's the finisher.
Right here, guys.
Oh, you can see the fucking. All she's missing is the sores.
They're probably lower
Pretty sure
lower
that's why
down.
she definitely sleeps on.
I don't think Morgal's going downtown anytime soon.
He's going downtown, just not in that way. He's
Most
been
likely in a
downtown.
body bag on an OD.
He spent this last Christmas downtown.
I heard
he was in for like 4 or 5 weeks.
So has he been on the show since getting out?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's been on.
I mean,
he was e-begging from jail. Like he was calling home, and they were recording it and playing it to try to make money.
Like, come on, you're a good Christian if you're not a good Christian if you don't help Morgal with his habit.
But
Camp says, John, do you take ripped, coffee stained, 5-party, post dated checks?
Wow. The
thing is,
comments are ruthless. I love it.
And he has no shame because he keeps making videos. Oh, speaking of no shame, remember our friend that we had on the one time? His channel has been taken down because he went so far down the rabbit hole. He was making videos of him walking around his house and out in his yard naked, like full frontal naked.
Who's this?
And,
you're not talking about the fridge guy, are you?
Fridge.
Yeah.
Yep.
He was making like 35 videos a day of him naked.
Oh, that was low. At one point, he was making like 20 videos a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And
with him and MJ playing basketball.
Yes, him. That's the guy. They finally took his channel down.
That's like with Team Skeptic and what's his name?
See, now that's sad taking
They
his
took his
channel
channel
down because that dude, while he had mental instabilities, he could rhyme like you wouldn't believe. He
was a great rhymer.
He spoke in rhyme, and it was amazing.
It almost made me think, was it an act? But it was so just off the wall, and he wasn't getting any return on investment because most of his videos had 0 views.
Schrodinger.
Yes.
It was not an act. I seen the man go through a wall with a hatchet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
And that's all I'm going to comment on.
But just his ability to rhyme almost lended credibility to it.
Yeah, puppy. While we
fuck?
see puppy, I'm going to read another one. Lord, I lift up a prayer for John and his wife to send angels to help and protect them, heal his wife, and heal John too. Let them feel your love and peace in their lives. Amen.
He needs more than angels. Lord knows.
My dog's being an asshole right now. 2 hours ago, she squatted her shit in the middle of the living room, so I took her outside, and she still refused to poop outside.
Show me your feet.
I've got a guy, Randy Jameson.
Damn it.
So here's the thing.
Jameson of Courage, Texas.
Go ahead and pause that. Here's the thing, Furball. I tried to tell you, Shibas are tough dogs. They have an attitude.
Hey, you. Yeah. You. Yeah, you. Shh.
Hey, you, take a shit.
God damn it, I didn't want to...
Hey, why don't you anytime that I'm having difficulty, I finger my butthole and then like my body ejects out the poo?
No.
You should try that.
No, pig.
I don't even
Maybe
think that's how that
that
works.
maybe that dog's all constipated. And help it out.
Yeah, anal stimulation. Come on, Furball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she
Try
does
that
like
fucking-
she does like to put
thing
her
that
butthole
flat
on
earthers
display
like
though.
to talk about vacuuming. A vacuum. Yes, but you got to do that thing with the flat earthers talk about with like vacuums in high pressure areas.
Poop.
I can't believe you wrenched him, Jared.
I had to. After being such a good sport about it, he kind of earned it.
Oh, all right.
Who's getting wrenches now?
The word is
We're gonna
good.
go back inside. You're gonna shit in my living room, aren't you?
The one that I timed out for going to see Weird Al and not inviting the rest of us.
So now that the meme has come back up on the screen, there was a relevant question earlier in the show from the chat. That meme with the skipper of the sub with the Benoit balls. How accurate is that about sound propagation?
Haven't even seen the meme.
It's on there now. Here, hold on. I'll pause it really quick.
Here you go. This is by Hunter Hunter. Here's my experience with John. Make of it what you will. I have given John $1,000. That's not a typo. In the last 2 months.
Am I sharing the right screen?
Yep.
The last time I gave him $100 because he said that they were going to turn off his electricity. He came back a few days later and said he was just $50 short. And they were going to shut off his power if he didn't make a payment that day. I explained to him that if he made a payment, they wouldn't shut off his power. They would just roll it over to the next month. Next month's bill. But maybe there was more to it, and he could possibly enlighten me. He didn't respond. That didn't sit well with me. I figured I deserved a response, so I emailed him again, asking if I was wrong in my assumption or in my assessment of the situation. Again, he didn't respond. However, he did message me a few days later saying that his wife, mesothelioma. Fuck.
Mesothelioma.
What he said.
It's a type of cancer.
Yeah, I can't. I have speech problems. And he needed $100 for an inhaler. I didn't respond, and I have already decided to stop sending him money. I have no hard feelings towards John, and I am praying for him. Now, this is what you could call a scam.
Pray in one hand, shit in the other, and see which one fucking weighs more at the end.
Ooh, the poo. I know this one.
Yeah, and then you find someone like the Morgal, and then you throw it at them.
True.
So let me pull that one back up here really quick.
Hey, Jared, how long have you been living in the area you've been living in?
Oh God, I've been in this part of the state for 5 years. I've been in Rhode Island for 9 years consecutive now.
So do you remember back in the day with the combat zone back there in Boston?
Yeah.
That would be. I'm just every time everybody brings up the Morgal, I just think of fucking Morgal being in the combat zone back in the fucking early '90s, mid '80s.
Hello again.
Welcome
fuck
back.
me.
I'm actually still. Well, I paused the stream, but I'm still listening in on you guys, and I was just hearing about something about a power bill.
Oh yeah,
the Morgal.
Oh, because I'm just complete devil's advocate here, because here in Indiana, it's run by AEP. It's Michigan Indiana Power. I don't know why they named it AEP, but that's what they named it. If you're more than 1 month behind on the bill, you actually have to pay for the past due amount minimum, or they will shut your power off. There's no. Some states will run it where if you pay something of your past due, they'll not shut off your power. But Indiana, they will shut your power off if you do not pay your full previous months that are behind.
Yeah, that's why here is Central California with PG&E, the company that likes to set forest fires. If your power goes out, because everything here is like automatically, you have to pay what you're due, and then that's how you get your ship turned back on.
Well, I think the person's message and why they posted it was because of the lack of response by Morgile.
That I totally understand. It's just I was just playing devil advocate that each power company runs their business different. Some will allow that. Okay, you made a payment in good faith. We'll go ahead and keep your power on. Indiana is not one of those states.
Where's the Morgile hail from?
I'm not sure.
North Carolina, I believe.
Oh,
in a trailer full of meth.
You could pay with fucking meth and raccoon skins to get your power back on.
Yeah, so I just wanted to play devil advocate there that, I don't know what state he's in. I don't know what his power laws are. He could be totally legit. He could be totally blowing smoke. I can't say either way.
Yeah, but $1,000 fucking dollars? How high did his fucking bill get?
How the fuck do you get a $1,000 bill?
Well, when you're making a video saying my wife is in liver failure and I don't have a way to get her to the hospital, so send me money. That's pretty much a red flag because he could just call that 3-digit number we were just talking about.
I don't know why he doesn't fucking pick up and move and be like Nathan Thompson, just move in with fucking Bob.
There you go.
Well, to be fair, Nathan's not at Bob's anymore.
Well, he was, and we all know fucking Nathan's habit of how he treats fucking being a house guest. But yeah, Bob should be a nice Christian and say, "Hey, come on in, move into my house. I'm a good Christian. You're a good Christian. We don't have any problems, and it's all gonna be fine." And shit starts coming up missing.
Well, again,
Nathan just agreed to do an interview with me, and I asked him, how we're going to set it up. I asked if he could do Skype, and he said, no Skype. I've had 4 Skype accounts blocked in the last 6 months. They don't like me talking about flat Earth or something.
No, come on.
Then why do people like Oakley and Anthony still have Skype accounts? That's BS. What is he pulling that? What's he saying that Skype doesn't like that's not flat Earth? I'm sorry, but there's too many flat earthers with Skype to claim that.
Yeah.
Well, for a while there, Nathan was using his fucking girlfriend's Facebook account because his personal one got fucking shut down on Facebook for Holocaust denial and shit.
That's probably a good thing that we got banned from Skype if that's the case. Yeah, there's some things you can't talk about. Holocaust denial is one of them. Hoax or shooting hoaxes is another that will get you banned really quick.
Apparently, though, Mark Sargent is able to do Skype because he just emailed me back saying he's free whenever.
Yeah, so it's not. It has nothing to do with flat Earth. It has to do with some of his
other
peripheral things.
So do your Mark Sargent interview right now. We can all listen. I know.
I want no audience. Yeah, I know. As much as I would like to be able to rag on whoever I'm interviewing at the time, I want it to be straight up interview.
Yeah, and you know what? This will just further hone those skills you've been using professionally for a while, so have at it.
So do I interview him as a victim or an accused?
Both.
Neither actually.
Just get one of those fucking dolls and just tell them where fucking NASA. Just point to the doll where NASA touched them, and just take it from there.
Well, yeah, you could kind of go the victim role in that aspect, which he might love, or just neutral witness.
Just go to Amazon and find like a Stave plush astronaut fucking plushie thing, and just have it there. It's like, okay, tell me where fucking NASA touched you. Did it touch you here? Did it touch you by the PP spot, or do I need to flip it over?
Did NASA touch Uranus?
Hey, Purple, what you can do though is dress up the orange baby, and then dress it up as a G-Man, right? Not G-Man as in Gary, but G-Man as in an actual government man, right? And then
I haven't heard that name in a while.
Did the government touch you?
Where did
he's been getting his ass hammered by shit, what's his name?
Dragnot?
I'm blanking. Dragnot, yeah. Dragnot's been dragging him.
Oh, that's nothing new.
Hold on,
Yeah,
I found the doll that we can use for for this interview for you.
How long has that been going on? 7 years now?
Pretty damn close, yeah.
At what point do you just be like, you're family?
The thing is, me and
Okay, so-
Drag were in the fucking same unit in Fort Lewis or Fort Irwin.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
So
Well,
since I've got people here to help me,
Here,
I've
Furball.
got 2 interviews coming up. Yeah.
Here's the doll you can use.
No, I'm telling you, it needs to be one of those, a NASA fucking astronaut on the moon plushie.
He's got
and you
an
need
S
to
on there for shill.
Oh, that works too.
So
No, somebody needs to fucking tape like a $1 bill to his fucking belt or something.
So what specific topics should I talk to these guys about? Again, not a debate, but things they want to bring up. Like Mark, I want to bring up walking out at the convention when Logan Paul got there.
That you can ask. Ask him if he's gotten it.
Ask him if he ever figured out how to get the lunar lander simulator to work at Houston.
Ask him when was the last time he got his dinky stinky.
I want to ask Thompson about being immature in the background of videos.
Oh, definitely ask about Patricia Steer.
No, well, see, I'm kind of towards not asking or broaching that subject out of respect of her and her privacy, because there's got to be a reason she just decided to go, fuck you guys, I'm gone.
So,
And
but here's the thing.
I'm going to let them pick the off-limits areas that I won't talk about. So if they don't want to talk about something, they won't. But it would be interesting just letting him open up on that if he would.
Well, the general consensus from the flat earth side about Patricia is hashtag same team. People picking on Patricia about various things from her own camp. And she basically just got sick of it and left. That's where it should be left off. I mean, she still thinks the earth is flat as far as I know. Don't care. But hashtag same team, guys.
Yeah.
We had a special request for this video here.
Can I show a picture of perspective real quick?
No.
No.
Now, you can wait, Pig. Before we get to that, there was a very, very cogent question for you, Furball, in the chat.
Yeah.
Only in the background, he isn't mature in the foreground either. So, yeah.
That is accurate, but I'm not going to call him out on things. But that's something that obviously happens. Like, so, in the background, blah, 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 we can see you making these gestures and stuff like that. Talk to me about that.
Do you think that's effective for your argument?
Exactly. Something like that.
So this
ask him
soldier,
what sergeant.
This Marine is getting promoted to sergeant. And I'm sorry for the audio, it's the video, not me.
Oh no. Is she gonna do the slap?
No, but everyone behind him is.
That's adorable.
Oh, total fail.
Are you upside down?
No, total fail. She didn't slap.
Oh, don't put the damage on. Hit that shit. Blood wings.
Yeah, we don't get to do that anymore with rank because everything's Velcro on now. Damn it.
Yeah. When I made corporal, I had fucking blood wings. And this is with the old BDU cap. So.
I pinned CW3 on 1 August, and I have absolutely no one here that I give a shit about to be there for my promotion.
Wait, you don't care about your team?
Well, I do, but I've known them all for 5 months.
Okay, true.
But it's no fun unless you draw blood on a promotion.
That is true.
Oh, my...
Are you...
We used to get just punched in the arm 5,000 times.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I made E4... a good half of my upper arm was purple.
For those who don't understand what I'm talking about, back in the day, one of the rituals for getting your new chevrons is they don't put the back on the end of the pin, and then they smack the actual chevron into your skin. And then they yeah.
And if you're lucky,
if you're lucky,
it's not directly. If you're lucky, it's not directly over the collarbone, so it goes into the bone.
Yeah, that makes the promotion totally worth it.
Yeah, I got every year, all except for my staff sergeant and my sergeant first class, all my promotions were all done by fucking pinning on the shoulders, and every one of them was without the damage. So,
yeah, I remember that back in the day.
Oh,
still here.
Don't do that anymore.
Tech could play attacking on dolphins.
Oh
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Even with dolphins and wings, they used to do it. They'd put it on and punch you.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that happened with my wings. They didn't do it for the surface though, because I was busy doing other shit, so I wasn't at the formation. So they literally just walked in the shop, were like, "Hey, here, you can officially wear it now."
Yeah, I always had a tradition.
Total pansy at this point.
I always had a tradition when I got fucking pinned. Is like I said with the older style stuff with the BDUs. Every time I got pinned, and when I started pinning other soldiers, I always told, like the first time I got pinned when I from E1 to E2, which was absolutely nothing. Or sorry, E2 to E3. The fucking they take your rank and they drop it on the ground. My squad leader told me to fucking step on it. I was like, why do I need to step on the fucking rank? He's like, if you fucking step on it, it breaks the fucking pins on the back, so you can never wear it again. So I just kind of kept that tradition with all my soldiers. So every time my soldiers dropped their shit on the ground, I told them to stomp on that shit. And then we went to the Velcro. I always brought a pair of scissors, and I always cut their fucking rank up little pieces and gave it back to them. So it's there. You're not wearing this shit again. If you are, you're not with me.
Yeah, this is how well the military keeps records. I never got the enlisted surface warfare pin, but it's on my DD-214.
Are you guys ready?
Oh, wow.
Perspective picture.
Send it.
All right, here we go.
On the way.
Cover.
Shot over.
Wow.
That's fucking.
That's perspective,
awesome.
right?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's
that would.
That's
qualify.
corpuscular and anti-corpuscular.
Pig, you find some of the weirdest shit.
Finds or makes?
No, Pig spends all of his time looking for the most disgusting shit he could find everywhere.
No, I don't spend my time. It just naturally falls in my lap.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Here's a hint, Pig. Here's a hint, Pig. When you're on your porn sites, don't click every pop-up that pops up.
Oh, but where's the
so
fun in
many
that?
in my areas.
Who did you have to explain that to the other night, Pig? Wasn't that I think it was Flat Earth Aussie Jesus.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. At some point, those things just start showing up in your recommended.
You know, at least that wasn't cat dog. Now, here's a question with that character. They could both eat, but then what happened?
One throws up and the other one throws up.
Oh, you want to hear something weird? Speaking of recommended feeds, guess what showed up in my feed this morning, Jared?
What?
True Empiricism.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
That's a name I haven't heard in over 2 years.
That's what I was going to say. Is he still around?
His video dealing with the whole non-sec thing actually showed up in my recommended feed today. I was very surprised.
And what was his stance on it? Was he like G-Man, where he's actually supportive of Steve?
He tried to take a down the middle of the road thing, but he says, as dishonest as Steve is, what Kyle did was wrong. So he's understanding that Kyle just totally backstabbed Steve, but he didn't want to take Steve's side because he's a bitter enemy of Steve.
I'm not saying I'm supporting you, but
what he did was wrong.
Yeah.
So he tried to take a middle of the road stance. Obviously, it wasn't middle of the road because he still says what Kyle did was just fundamentally wrong. He just didn't want to say I support Steve in this.
Hey, whatever happened to on the flat Earth side of this nonsense? Whatever happened to Poncho Pete and A5? I haven't heard those names in like 2-3 years.
Mental
A4?
health is a bitch.
A5.
Yeah.
Who's A5?
No, it's A4. It's freaking
It's
Adam.
all right, yeah.
Yeah, that's Adam.
He's been blocked by so many other channels that I think he only trolls around Discord when his account's not banned.
As
Okay,
as far as Pete goes, I still think he does like 8-hour streams every day or so, but I haven't kept up with him in over
Last
a
thing I
year.
remember of Pete was him on audio stabbing someone.
And
Yeah, I remember that last time I
Hillbilly-
actually. Oh, Political Hillbilly, he vanished entirely.
Oh
okay.
yeah, after that whole 18.5 gram wrench thing, yeah.
I just wonder if it was just me, these guys just disappeared or what.
No, some of them have.
Yeah, there's no word on Political Hillbilly. Antonio Subarats just totally dropped him after the whole wrench thing, and nobody knows if he's even alive at this point. He just disappeared completely. His channel's still there. He still has his last video up, but he hasn't done anything either in comments, anywhere, nothing. He just up and vanished. So there is a concern on whether or not he's still alive or not.
Well, we could also check the police blotter because he was very adamant about his herb business that was not exactly legal at the time.
Donut operator.
What about Donut?
Donut could probably find it if he got raided.
This is true, but I don't have a line of communication with him or with
Twitter.
Or with angry cops, or else I would be trying so hard to get those two fuckers in here.
You know, if he's not streaming, he might actually volunteer to come in because if you explained it to him, but you can reach out to him on Twitter.
I will have to do that later on.
Just let him know that, you know what, we're all big fans of him. We're also fellow veterans, and we'd like him to come in and kind of, you know, have a discussion with us on a Friday night.
It's back. Fuck, I thought we got rid of him.
You know, we can't switch that around though, Pig.
What's back? Who's back? Who's back? Oh,
the other Stinger certified asshole.
I'm a Stinger certified. I was.
Well, you would still be, wouldn't you?
I saw how to fucking fire the thing.
What? Really?
Well, here's the thing with the U.S. Weapon squalls. After a certain time, they actually make you requal. If you don't requal within typically 90 days, your certification is then inactive and effectively void.
Yeah,
I can pull a Stinger missile out with fucking crate, do my fucking 13 critical checks, put it on my fucking shoulder, and shoot something down with it any fucking time.
Yeah, it's really easy. I mean, duh. Just get that cheek vibrator going, and you're done.
Cheek to bone vibrator?
They're done. Yeah.
You have proper lead, super elevate, or sorry, acquired tone, super elevate, verified tone, squeeze trigger, wait for activation 3 to 5 seconds, missile away.
And push the left button. Yeah.
Remove grip stock and no, left button is activation. The little thing on the side.
Yeah, I meant left hand. My bad.
Oh, you're talking about the uncage button on the front.
Yeah, for target lock.
Yeah, it's uncage. Uncage is the seeker head.
Uncage. That's your way of saying it. Okay, fair enough.
Well, that's yeah. Well, we made the thing, so meh.
Well, okay, sure. I never got that that they tried to warn us about those batteries. Oh, they get so hot. Yeah, I don't care. Come on.
Well, the thing is, you know, as soon as you fire, you just reach up there and, you know, throw out the VCU, just make sure you don't drop it in fucking a thing of grass, because that, you know, it's all chemically activated, and you got that freon shooting out, you know, shooting out of the needle. So.
Well, I was wondering, you could potentially make those batteries into weapons. Some IEDs or something. Probably not. You have to.
It would be really fucking hard. You have to. Yeah.
Batteries without blowing it up in your fingers, in your hands.
Well, the reason why the battery works and how they work is you're basically shorting it out, and that's what fucking causes it to work, technically.
Yeah.
So when you activate it, it actually shorts out the battery, and that's what gives you your power. And then once once that happens, then the missile spins up, but the battery in the missile gets it's chemically activated, and that's what takes over the actual, you know, yeah.
computer.
Yeah,
Gimbal,
in the seeker
everything.
head.
Yeah, I missed that thing.
Make sure you do your figure eights.
Daddy,
So you're gonna
call
get
me.
Figure eights? What the?
Yeah, when you're trying to get tone, you go on the target, go make a figure eight over the target.
We didn't do those things. No
Yeah, that's
figure
how we
eights.
taught us to.
But
Yeah,
then
when you
again,
got to.
most of our work was on a tripod, where we had some.
Oh, we didn't have ours was all
targeting
shoulder.
assistance from a radar station via radio. So it's pretty easy actually.
No, we had everything. Ours was all fucking man pass, man portable. You get a target, aircraft, whatever. You get put the crosshair, not the crosshair, but the what you would call the crosshairs. Put that on the target, activate spin up the missile, and then when you're trying to get tone, you do a figure eight over the aircraft. And as you're going back and forth, you wait for that kind of that beeping sound, and as soon as you hear a loud beep, that loud beeping, growling kind of sound, that's when you hit the uncage and you super elevate, and you verify you still have your tone, that the secret head's still tracking.
Yeah, the weird part though is that the way our sights looked because we don't use stingers anymore, sadly. They were vastly different from yours. Yours is just more or less a football goal, practically.
That was at the bottom.
Those sights and thermal sights when we fired.
Yeah, we didn't have that stuff. Yeah, you just lift up the
we had literal sights.
Sorry,
That's across.
Yeah, we didn't have literal sights. No. Yeah, ours was, basically oversight, place target, and settle range ring, the activate missile, wait for gyro spin up. Then you acquire tone acquired, super elevate, put it in the proper lead reticles at the bottom of the sight, and squeeze trigger.
Or even better, doing some practice runs near the local airport with your radar guys working as well. And a certain airline that also flies in hostile territory.
They get pissed.
A certain warning. and our company commander gets an angry phone call.
Yeah, they are the only commercial airline with that warning system in a commercial liner, and for very good reason.
Yeah, you kind of.
Yeah, the thing is with the Stinger, it's when you IFF a target, but the thing is you don't have to IFF a target to engage it, but with the Stinger, it's passive only. So that missile will be in flight long before doing the helicopter or the airplane whenever you know it's on its way.
Yeah, it's just that we had the whole thing rolling, including the guys and radars. But yeah, what I have always wondered about it. IFF, it would be so freaking easy to clone a friendly IFF code.
Commercial, yes. Military, no.
Not military. Definitely not. But a civilian one, yeah, easy.
Yeah, that's all transponder. That's. But the thing is, though, with IFF, if you do it right, you got to put in the IFF interrogation codes, and they're only good for 4 days. So every night of the 4th, you have to in the American Army, you got to reprogram IFF.
Yeah, well, I never touched that side of it. I was just
a
radio operator, a medic, but I also fired one real.
Yeah, I fired 50 plus Stinger missiles in my career. Yeah, I fired 50 plus Stinger missiles in my career.
Well, it's a good thing that they're cheap.
Yeah, the thing is
they're cheaper than a Javelin, but
well, they get the job done. You can lock onto a person on top of a hill. I know that.
Now, was this a training exercise or actually downrange?
No, downrange. Actually, it was uprange. He was on actually was a fucking ass because he was taking this was Afghanistan. He was taking fucking pot shots at us from a fucking ridge line about fucking almost 2 miles away. So we found him in the fucking binos So we fucking had a lot of stingers sitting out that were getting ready to turn in because we weren't, there was no fucking Afghan Air Force we had to worry about, but they're getting ready for turn in. Like, fuck that noise, uncrate that shit, bring out the coffin, missiles come in the coffin. So we fucking waited for that dude start taking pot shot at us. He was fucking taking pot shots at the other side of the fucking fob. So picked up the fucking stinger, put it on my shoulder, didn't he put up the sight unit, didn't even worry about the IFF. I'm not interrogating his ass. I just fucking activated the missile. As soon as he started shooting, I activated it. I did little figure eights around that fucking tree and the rock, and as soon as I got fucking tone, I just fucking hit that other cage, super elevated that, put that motherfucker, that rock in that tree in the fucking center part of the lead, down the bottom. There's like looks like a little football thing. Put that rock on that shit. Squeeze the trigger, that fucking missile shot out and fucking went across fucking 2 miles worth of valleys and fucking impacted that rockin' tree and didn't hear a fucking pip from that rockin' tree forever.
There's no sport in it. The guy, if he was looking at you all the time, even if it was a bright day and a mild crosswind, he wouldn't even notice the smoke coming off of it, except for the start motor.
Yeah, so the eject motor,
of white smoke, done. Yeah.
Yeah, the eject motor. Yeah, that thing fucking took across that fucking valley like nobody's fucking business, and then you just hear, you see it detonate, and about a couple seconds later, you hear the fucking boomer like, take a look out there with the fucking binos. You still out there? That's a negative, Sergeant. It's like, all right, put the thing back in the.
You said 2 miles. Didn't you have somebody with a 50 that could use some?
Yes, that was suppressive, but he would. But the thing is, this was trying. We didn't have fucking sights on the 50. It was kind of like he's up there keeping suppressive fire down, but he was being stupid. He kept fucking taking pot shots at us, taking pot shots at us. We're like, we're sitting out there in the up armor Humvees, like he's not gonna, he's fucking up the window, the passengers and the passenger side fucking windows of the Humvees, but he ain't doing shit to us. But it's getting really fucking annoying. So we're just gonna fucking deal with this problem, and we got this, $37,000 missile. We're just gonna launch it up there to get rid of it because we're.
But I don't know what's worse, using a cannon to kill a fly.
Hey, it worked.
Or an idiot not getting the idea of actually trying to keep his head down.
He wasn't expecting that shit coming at him.
I bet.
And if you want to take a shot at me, because it took me a good 5 seconds to get. It took me a good 5-10 seconds to get tone on him, because I had to step behind the fucking not FLA, but the a HESCO barrier to get fucking tone on him. Because he was taking fucking, like I said, taking shots at us, and he was hitting the Humvees and stuff on the OP on the fob on the other side. And if he fucking was smart and he had, was actually a sniper doing his thing, or maybe it was JM Truth on the fucking hill, I don't know. But but every time he was taking, as soon as he started doing shots, I just fucking activated the missile, and I was still behind the HESCO barrier, and I just kind of leaned out, kind of sideways. I just did a little figure eight where I thought he was, and as soon as I got fucking tone, I just uncaged, super elevated, verified that I didn't drop tone, made sure it was in the fucking center, the center lead, squeezed the fucking trigger, missile went out, went right to that fucking same rock in that same tree, and it was quiet after that.
But it's just weird. How the fuck would that head be able to see the heat coming off of a person in Afghanistan? I'm guessing it's in the middle of the day. It's hot.
So up at elevation, it was still relatively cool to where you could easily pick up the thermal image of a human body.
Yeah, but again,
because you got to remember, the seeker head is cooled down to almost. The seeker has cooled down on a Stinger 6 degrees above absolute zero. So anything out there.
Talking about him and the back and the area he's in.
I didn't get tone on it. I didn't get tone on any rocks or trees and stuff around when I was doing the figure eight. I only got tone on the center part of my fucking figure eight on the part that they said that's where he was at. And when I looked in the binos, that's where he was popping us from. So I either fucking I hit him directly, or I hit the rock that he was fucking on, and he got the idea of the message and fucking DD him out the backside. So
yeah, it was probably the rock, most likely then.
Well, he got fucking. If he was around, he got fucking either concussion or he fucking was blown up with the rest of everything.
Yeah.
But it took him out, so it got quiet.
Yeah, but still, I mean, 38,000.
He got the job done.
What's the javelin? Is that about what 5,000 or something?
It's a little bit more than that. I don't remember the prices anymore. I worked as a land and ammo NCIC, and I used to know all these fucking numbers and prices of shit. I know a fucking Patriot missile is 1.3 million. I still remember that one.
And how effective were they?
They're good at shooting down fucking FA-18s.
I've never seen a javelin in real life except for a spent tube, but they're much cooler to see being shot at, used on videos than a Stinger. I mean, a Stinger is just done. With a javelin, if you're going for top firing.
Top attack?
That's good.
Yeah, I fired about, let's see, maybe 12 javelins in my time in Afghanistan and Iraq. So I always prefer the top attack is that I can put that shit through a fucking roof instead of trying to get through a doorway or a window. That's what I like about the fucking Bradley.
Oh, you cut up there.
I can't shoot the gun's having a hard time punching through because I'm using HE. It's just basically tearing apart the wall. I'll just fucking fire a toe and send it through the window and make it blow up on the wall on the backside.
Well, I know how hard it was to penetrate a clay wall with a 50 cal. That was unreal.
Well, with the Bradley,
like you could do that with a brick wall, a typical brick wall here in Denmark. You could use well, unless it's one of the modern ones with the double wall. You would need a couple of shots, but still, it was just one shot basically, and you have a crumbled wall. But
yeah, with
clay building, no.
With the Bradleys in Iraq, well, we didn't use them in Afghanistan. I never used them in Afghanistan. They didn't have Brads at there when I was there. But my Bradley in Afghanistan, Iraq, when we deployed, Bradleys the 25 millimeter could shoot both HE and AP. So we rolled out most of the time in the beginning with AP and HE in the boxes, but APs, for armored personnel, I mean, light armor, stuff like that. We weren't engaging anything like that, so we just so we just rolled out with fucking HE heavy, and that's what we fucking used for everything was HE and toes to deal with problems, and the coax, of course, 7.62.
Yeah, but that would be an airburst. That's it's not exactly.
No, HE on a Bradley, the 25 millimeter is spin decay. Yeah, but how it blows up is spin decay, direct contact, like the nose cone hits something, spin decay, so that when it starts to slow down, the ball bearings slam back into the middle, allow the firing pin to fire, or grazing impact, which basically stops the spin already, so it sets off the ball bearings in place already. So it's basically, point contact, spin decay, or grazing impact sets off the HE rounds for 25 millimeter.
Oh, okay.
Because we use the 25 millimeter. If you're like trying to do house clearing, or there's a bad guy went to a house, we basically the buildings in Iraq had those cinder block walls. We just use a 25 millimeter punch holes through different parts of the building, so we get the guys can enter through those instead of going through the door, which would be the kill zone. Yeah. So we just started making our own fucking doors.
Yeah, don't use a door, make one. Exactly.
Yeah. So we just usually make doors, or they'd be out there in the fields trying to hide behind shit. So we just use the 25. Because unless we didn't, if the M1 was there, he just uses fucking Hesh round. But we use the 25s just to fucking, blast up. Because you got a 5 millimeter killing radius for each one of those rounds, and I can send out 200 rounds a minute, so until my boxes are empty.
Yeah. Ouch. Yeah, there's some aspects of war that I miss. Let's just put it that way.
You know that you can use it. Did you know that you can use a 25 millimeter cannon to shoot down paratroopers?
Oh, that would be sporty.
No, in the FM 23-1, which is the Bradley Gunnery Manual, there is actually even a figure, which the Army, the figure, which is the drawing, even shows you how to give appropriate lead for a paratrooper. Because paratroopers are not considered they're not jumping out of aircraft because the aircraft has been disabled and they're now out of the fight. Paratroopers still have weapons and they still have a radio. They can still shoot at you. They can still fucking call in your position on their way down. They are still fair game.
Huh. Well, you can't. Yeah, you can't set it to set rounds to detonate at a certain time or distance.
No,
So you would
all
have
you
to
gotta do
be
is
pretty
reply.
spot on.
All you gotta do is when you have the we call them sky soldiers, have the paratroopers in your sights, have it in high magnification, and then you put the center the center of the not crosshairs the center reticle 2 figures below the paratrooper, and that's when you engage. And you basically fire your 1 round, uses your sensor round, see where that lands at or flies in the vicinity of the paratrooper, and then you just make your adjustments off of that. But
Okay,
yeah,
so there is a tracer on every round then.
yeah, 25 millimeter, like I said, they're not proximity. They're like either they hit something, they blow up. They spin decay, which is self-destruct because they're flying out there for so long, they stop spinning, which causes the ball bearings to slam back into the middle, which releases the firing pin. Or like I said, is also what they call grazing impact. So the round actually hits the target, but the nose cone doesn't get pressed at the tip. It basically ricochets off, but because it's now stopped rotating, those balls now retract to the inside, allowing the firing pin to strike the primer. So,
yeah, but we still shoot it.
Oh,
Wow.
cat,
Schrodinger,
reconnect.
Sorry. Again. But guys, it sounds like you're talking about a warhead that is capable of 2 different ways of detonating.
No, it's actually
did I understand that correctly? Or
the 25 millimeter, the HE for a 25 millimeter fire through the Bradley M242 chain gun. It's point impact. So basically, the tip of the round hits a target. That's one way. The other way is what they call spin decay, as the round is flying through the air and you've overshot the target. And the other way is called grazing impact, which means the round has ricocheted off a target, but the cone on the nose cone on the front did not get pushed in to cause the firing pin to strike. So what happens is now, because of that, it impacted is the spin, or sorry, the grazing has stopped the spin, which is basically just another form of spin decay, but now you just stopped it by force. So now when it stops spinning, because you got basically when it spins, ball bearings are pushing against springs, and as the round slows down, those springs push those ball bearings back to the center, which now gives a path for a firing pin to go down and strike the primer, which causes the charge to go off.
How am I now?
That's not what I mean. That's not what I meant. What I meant was different ways of it detonating, not the different types of not the way that can set it off, but the different ways of going off, like either impacting something and firing a jet of molten copper, or an air burst. For example,
the HE on the 25 is fragmentation.
Yeah, but that's
like little hand grenades.
Different ways of using the explosives inside of it.
No,
but no.
Yeah, the HE 425 is basically nothing but they're just like fragmentation. As soon as they hit, they just blow up like a hand grenade. They go wherever.
Okay.
The explosives. Yeah, and now the splash effect is it's got a 5 millimeter killing radius, but if you hit something directly, it just fucking vaporizes, or especially like a human, they just vaporize into a red fucking mist, and you're out there counting shoes. But with the Stinger,
seen the red mist before, so I know.
Yeah, well, I was going to say about the 25 millimeter on our when I was on PCs. We had a gyro-stabilized 25 millimeter that we could lock on to a target and it would track it. So something like what you were saying with paratroopers, we never practiced this because who's going to have paratroopers in the middle of the sea? But we could lock on to a small boat and then hands off, and it would track it because it was gyro-stabilized even with the seas. And when you pulled that trigger, that's where that 25 millimeter round was going to go.
Yeah, on the Bradley turrets are all stabilized both in elevation and traverse, but you still got to have a gunner on there who's moving the action handles to keep the target on. I mean, make the adjustments for firing and pulling the trigger and all that jazz. So I know what you're talking about because when I did the sea round training, I had to do the stuff for Sea Whiz, and we went down on a ship off here here in California, but off on the west coast over by Washington. We did the live fires where we called it the killer tomato.
Oh yeah, killer tomato. So you would lock onto it, and you could see it looked like the barrel the barrel's sitting perfectly still while the ship's moving all around it. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch.
That's one way. If you got a brand new gunner on a Bradley or a tank, that's one way you fuck with them. Is you put them in there and you basically tell them to keep their fucking head posted to that, squeeze into that. We call it the ISU, which is the sight for the tank or the Bradley. ISU stands for Integrated Sight Unit. You tell them to put their fucking face on their brow pad, and they fucking keep their eye in there. And then you make the driver go across as much bumpy shit you fucking possibly could find, and just get the gunner's motion sick as fucking possible. Because the gunner's eye is seen, the ground basically staying still with a little bit of vibration, but that fucking turret and that hull's going up and down and twisting side to side. He's gonna get all fucking basically turning green because he's getting all fucking motion sickness. That's something we used to fuck with brand new drivers, or gunners.
I'll turn my cam on. I have an empty casing for a 25 millimeter right here. Hold on, let me turn my camera on. And that's what one looks like if you've never seen it. Pretty healthy size round.
Yep, I got quite a few of those still. I still got the links for those.
It's not something you want to encounter in the wrong way.
No, but I sent that round down range to people who are doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, don't fuck with my brothers.
Well, it's like I was talking, with JM Truth and his fucking artillery shit. When you send when you're getting attacked, and then you send artillery out to fucking deal with fucking bad guys who are in trees and in holes and stuff like that, how you fucking get a body count is you go out there and count feet, or you count shoes, or in their case, you count slippers. You get a total number of slippers, you divide that by fucking 2, and that's your average body count. So that's how we fucking did body count, especially with the Bradley. You're engaged in that 25, and they're all in a fucking tree line. It gets quiet. You got to go out there and fucking count shoes or feet. Get a body count. So
I could see that. I mean, it's not exactly a tiny caliber.
Well, that gun's designed to take out trucks and whatnot, and people is like the afterthought for it. And light armor personnel carries another thing it's used for. But to be as an air defender, one of the things we had to do was our air defense tables. And we had to go, and this was in Germany. In the States, we didn't do it that much, but in Germany, we had to go to a place called Totendorf, which is up by Putlos, which is up by Denmark. And we would go up there. Yeah,
I love that name, Totendorf.
Yeah, but there's a little German base there for their training where they do their air defense, and we would basically go up to Totendorf and put the Bradleys up by the cliff, and we would the German Air Force would fly jets back and forth, towing a sleeve that was the cable was 5 miles long with the sleeve at the end of it, and we basically used this 25 millimeter to shoot at the sleeve to get practice at engaging aerial targetry. So, and then the Gepard fucking shows up, and then it just shows everybody up.
Yeah, I just can't get over the name of that place.
Yeah, you know the area. Totendorf, Putlos,
but
Puttgarden.
It's just the name of it. I can't remember what Dorf means, but something that. Well, no, that would suck. Small death.
No, Toad. Toad. Yeah. Well, in I think German it's called Tot. Yeah, Tot.
Yeah, Tot means dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I mean, in terms of Germany and military stuff, I've been to Altengrabau, which is close to Magdeburg, with the.
No idea.
Nah, it was just some basic army stuff. Nothing really special.
Yeah, the only ones we had to deal with was air defenders was Putlos and Totendorf.
Yeah. But I mean, Denmark is usually where everybody else comes when they need to shoot off some live stingers, because we have the range.
They shoot off.
Dutch
They should have. Putlos is where they
don't have it, and
well, in Germany they do. Putlos is where he shot the stingers. Totendorf is where he shot the gun.
Well, how far down? How far south is that?
Putlos is right there. You know where Puttgarden is, right?
Oh yeah.
Where you take the ferry and you go down, you hit that that little ferry place, Puttgarden. Yeah, you go down there and basically, if you look on a map, just go to look for Putlos or Putlos, Truppenbündplatz Putlos, or Putin Boonplatz, Truppen Boonplatz.
Yeah, I got it. They would be They would be firing at us. What the hell?
Yeah, they shoot over. They shoot over the East Sea, Ostsee.
Assholes.
Yeah, if you're looking on a map, that's where we did our. Pulos is where we did our. Where we shoot ground targets with the gun, and we would shoot the Stinger missiles at the bat targets, the rocket ones, the ones that just fly up. You shoot at those. And Putlos, our Totendorf, is where we took the Bradleys to shoot at the jets towing cable with the sleeve. That's where we did those at.
Yeah, okay, but no, we had. It's probably also terms of. God damn it, I'm not in the best mood for this. It's also a matter of doing some cooperation and getting to know other countries' way of doing things, I guess. But we did when I was a conscript over 20 years ago. When it was time for us to shoot some live rounds, live missiles, we were completely surrounded by Dutch, French, and I think there were Germans too, and one other country. I'm not sure which. I think they look their uniforms, and it's a long time ago, but I think their uniforms looked like the Finns. I'm not completely sure. No, it's too far, too long ago.
Well, Pulos, we mostly did everything by ourselves. At Totendorf, we did. We would shoot with the Germans. They would be with the Gepards, and they would be using their other kinds of ADA equipment they had. But Pulos was kind of funny because off to the, I guess you can call it the west, just off Pulos' training grounds, is there's like this beach resort down there where Germans go down to do their beach sunning and shit. But it was always funny is every time we shot there was always a fucking problem with the tows. There was at least one fucking tow that would come out of the fucking tube and go its own fucking direction. And there's been a couple that have gone out the fucking tube and then just went out and fucking hang a hard left and started going over the fucking trees, heading towards this fucking resort area, it's not that close. It's I think 5-6 kilometers away, but it's within the range of, because its tow has 6,750 meter range on it. That's how long the cable is behind it. But this resort was like just slightly beyond the fucking maximum range of the tow. So every time those fucking tows came out, the Bradley commanders always had to pop their head out of the hatch and look at the fucking tow launcher to see where the fucking cables were at, to make sure the fucking cables weren't kind of leaning to the fucking left. They're either going straight out or doing something otherwise, but not going to the fucking left and heading off to the resort.
But there's the question then. When you're firing a tow and you run out of cable and you don't do anything, what happens? Does it just self-detonate or disarm and just drop?
It just basically crashes in the ground.
Okay, the boring way. Just a small poof, and then done.
Well,
like the Stinger, or
well, when the missiles launched, at the back of the missiles is called what they call a xenon beacon. It's basically like a really fucking bright hot spot. Besides rocket motors, because the rocket motors are actually on the sides, but the back of the missile on the tow has what they call a xenon beacon, and if it's flying down range, you have to have your night sights open. You can shoot through the day sight, but you have to have your night sight open. You have the night sight on, because the night sight is what's actually tracking the tow, and all the system knows is where your crosshairs are at and where's this little xenon beacon at. So what you got to do is you fire, and the system takes care of itself, but all it wants to do is take that little xenon beacon and put it directly to the middle of your crosshairs. That's how the tow basically flies, is the system knows the dead center of crosshairs, sees the xenon beacon off to the right, so basically just gives corrections to the missile to put that little beacon into the center of the crosshairs. But if the missile's no longer receiving command guidance through the wire, and like either the wire got cut like it flew over something, or you just basically ran out and just snapped the wire, it no longer has any command guidance, so basically it just kind of nosedives into the ground, because that's just the natural direction the missile wants to go because of its center of gravity. It's basically to nosedive itself into the ground. So, yeah. But what sucks is after that.
Yeah, Jay's helping me. I have a shitty computer. If you look at the screen, This is
Yeah.
the where we fired our crappy stuff.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We usually sometimes we would hit our targets, just some shitty what do you call them, polystyrene drones
Yeah.
with flares on them, and we would okay, we would fire off a missile and see it well move toward the drone, and then we would just look at back at the trailer. They would open the door and say hits or near miss or whatever. It's just, oh, great, thanks.
Well,
what happens when the French for live fire stingers? Yeah.
Well, for
when the
for
French,
the sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's just when the French when it was time for the French guys to do their stuff, they had some proper RC drones. They didn't put any flares on or anything. They just used some proper I don't know what they used, ethanol based. I think they put some type of oven on their drones, and it was a wooden structure. It was some type of ethanol based oven that was that just takes the same fuel for the damn it that used the fuel from the same tank as the motor, and they hit every single time. You could see the thing go smash, boom, dead. They didn't need any help to figuring out if they actually hit anything or not.
Well, for the U.S. Army, we basically used things called RIC mats, RC mats, which is basically nothing but like a huge, massive remote control plane, and they didn't have nothing. It was just basically foam, a big ass fucking two-stroke motor on the front, which you can, if you found one that wasn't all destroyed from crashing, you could actually sell for like $500. A lot of people will go down range after range cleanup and try to get the motors from the RIC mats to sell. But the RIC mats, you had RIC mats, you had quarter scales, which were like quarter scale of like the Hind helicopter and stuff like that we would shoot at, and then BATs, B-A-T, ballistic aerial targets, were basically like big fucking cigars, rockets looking things that had flares in the back of it, and you launched these things off a rail, and they basically just they had this ballistic arc to them. So as soon as they come off the rail, they flying out past the gunner, and the gunner basically engaged the target. So they usually give like a countdown for the bat, 3, 2, 1. At 1, they would fire the bat, which would be off to hidden somewhere. But as soon as they start doing the countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. As soon as they hit 5, the stinger gunner's activating the stinger, because that way he's not activating the fucking stinger while the bat is in flight, because the bat really doesn't stay in the air that long. It just kind of flies. Like I said, it's a ballistic target. It basically flies out an arc and it basically lands back in the ocean, or in Pueblos was the ocean. In the States, it flies out in the desert. But so yeah, when they would do the countdown, like 10, 9, 8, 7, 3, 2, 5. As soon as they got to 5, the stinger gunner would activate his missile. That way, as soon as it got to 1, the rocket's taken off, the missile's already cooled down. The gunner go ahead and engage the target, but you don't fucking activate the missile when the bat is just launching leaving the rail, because you will not get the fucking bat before the flares run out and the thing impacts the dirt or goes into the water. Because I've seen fucking stingers chase that fucking bat all the way to the fucking ground.
I was just trying to look up that bat there. Oh, okay. I've only seen. Okay, except for the winglets, it almost looks like a bomber.
The bat, BAT, it should be like kind of bright orange. It was like a missile.
Well, the ones I had, that they're just basic renders. But and they're all dark color with
the bats are orange.
A three-winged propeller.
Yeah, that bat just looks like a fucking looks like a rocket with 3 fins in the back of it, and it basically looks like a flying cigar.
Well, okay, and this says unmanned aerial vehicle.
RIC mat, RC mat.
I'll try that then. Maiden flight in 2010.
Oh, we've been flying. Yeah, if you're looking for like Stinger target, RIC mat, RC mat, That would be the you kind of see with their stinger targets. That's kind of. I'm on my phone out here and by my barn, so I don't have much contact with anything. I like how this has turned to the fucking Bo and fucking Guy Fuse hangout.
Hey, it's been quite the discussion you two are having, so why interrupt it?
I don't know, I just feel rude.
It's like, you got to look at this hangout as pretty much just a bunch of us sitting at a bar somewhere.
Well, I know. I just feel like I'm picking up Monopoly at a time, but it's okay. I only got like 40% left on my phone, anyways. So
yeah,
I'm watching. I watched fucking 5 wild turkeys come walking by me, and they didn't even see me until they come around the corner. So I'm over here by my barn, right next to a corral, and
now
they come around the corner.
Now, are they close enough that you could get away with using a handgun to take them out?
They're so fucking close. When they come by, I can fucking I can throw a rock at them. I can use a slingshot. It's like the width. It's like the length of a fucking Ford F-150 pickup from me to them.
Oh God.
They're all over this place here. I'm looking at 3 out here in my fucking, I guess you call it the yard or the outside the corral area, and there's 3 of my fucking cows doing cow things. So.
Okay, here we go. No, this one is called a streaker. That's probably not it.
Yeah, we want to be careful with streakers.
Turbojet. MQM-107, a reusable turbojet powered target towing drone. Nope. What is orange?
No, RC mats looks like just like big fucking remote control airplanes.
Yeah, Fire Ant 300 maybe. Let's see.
Yeah, you're looking at all the advanced shit. We're the U.S. Army. We're the air defense fucking unit. We don't get especially being SHORAD. If you're not fucking Patriot and air defense, you don't get fucking money to do absolutely fucking anything.
Okay, I say Fire Ant 300, and you say fancy shit, and I'm looking at this thing and going, "What the fuck are you thinking?"
It's fancy.
No, this thing is ugly as hell.
So fancy.
Yeah, it's one giant dome kind of thing right behind the engine. That looks weird.
Like I said, Rick Mats, RC and a space and mat. Stinger targets, Rick Mat. Stinger targetry, 1990s. Stinger aerial targetry. First Armor Division Putlo Stingers, that kind of thing. This is basically got a big fucking 2-stroke motor on the front. Or sorry, 2-cylinder, 2-stroke motor on the front. This buzzes around, sounds like a really fucking noisy drone. It needs a fucking launcher to take it off because it has no wheels. It's all done by civilians. So.
Interesting.
That's the one I was. Look at the screen. Is that the one?
No.
Or something that looks.
That's high speed though. That's some high tech shit though.
Yeah, but it looks like a beautiful old-fashioned radar.
It's like something Danish would make. It's like something you would buy at.
Really.
Yeah, it was. Look at it. It's all modern looking and everything. It's got that fucking bumblebee thing in the front.
If it was us, we would have used a single stroke. A single cylinder. That's at least a dual cylinder. God damn it, a 2-cylinder.
Yeah, but on that, when they made that one right there, they had more money because of something else. You guys sold Iceland or something. You guys sold Iceland to somebody.
Didn't you guys just pretty much let Iceland go do their own thing?
Yeah, they're pretty much.
Iceland?
Yeah, Iceland.
Well, yesterday it was the 10 year. Yeah, I think it was 10 years ago yesterday that Greenland was finally given their own. Yeah, was given back most graciously, apparently.
Their sovereignty.
Their own sovereignty back. Yeah, I don't know what the circumstances were back then and now, but not Iceland, no. But Greenland.
And that's where people are like, oh, nations can't just peacefully form themselves. Really?
Yeah.
When the people that are in it are not assholes, they can.
Yep.
And the people from of Greenland, they're not assholes at all, but they do have a massive alcohol problem, though.
Is it
That's not just a cliche. It's a massive alcohol problem. Especially the funny part, especially those who live in Denmark.
Is it really a problem, though?
In this case, yeah. They're not just drinking a little bit too much. They're really.
That's all of Denmark. That's all of Denmark.
Yeah.
Of all the parts I know of Denmark.
Well, that's because we know the good places to go.
Behind the train station in Copenhagen.
Behind? Yeah, that's not really specific, is it? you mean close?
That whole fucking area.
Close to the sex toy shop street. Yeah.
Wait,
you know that one, huh?
Isn't that a third of the streets?
Well,
that's all. That's all the fucking streets behind the. That's all the streets behind fucking Copenhagen. That's all the streets behind Copenhagen's fucking train station. Is nothing but fucking sex shops. And if you're looking for anything that looks like Sylvia Saint, that's where you go also.
Well, not just sex toys, but also illegal drugs at night and hookers and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much concentrated there. Hey, I lived in Copenhagen for over 10 years, so yeah, I know.
Yeah, I spent quite a few times in Copenhagen. I got friends who still live there, and they always tell me shit about the behind the train station.
Yeah, and
I stayed at a really nice hotel back there, though.
Oh yeah,
it's called
Absalon?
The Tiffany.
Oh, yeah. But no, they do have some fucking annoying and very loud music, usually something that resembles classical music, in the stairs going from the terminal to the street to keep the winos away. It's so fucking annoying, that music. Fucking hate it. But hey, it works. They don't stay in there. They don't even go in there to piss.
That's one thing I like about Denmark. When you go to watch went and watched the very first Hobbit. Was it Hobbit? Lord of the Rings. The very first Lord of the Rings fucking movie that came out.
Oh, Fellowship. Yeah.
Yeah, the Fellowship. I watched that. The very first time I watched it was in Copenhagen. And Copenhagen movies, are at least in Denmark, are in fucking English, but they're fucking dubbed in Danish. So it's all fucking fine and dandy when you're watching it, but as soon as the fucking elf starts talking and they got the little subtitles down there, you're just fucking lost. It's all fucking goofy O's with.
Well, that's on you because you done fucked up.
That's all goofy. It's all that subtitles is nothing but goofy O's with slashes through them and shit.
Wait, the subtitles, yeah, but not dubbing though. If it's a children's movie, practically all cinemas in Denmark, if it's a children's movie, they will show two versions of it. The one with the original language and one that is dubbed.
I watched.
We're talking about adult movies, not sex, but normal movies in the movie theater. They will never show dubbed movies ever.
Well, I watched that big cinema downtown, over by the that Walkplatz area thing. Whatever that big opening area is with the big fucking before you go down to the big shopping district.
Many different colors building.
I can't remember it was a big cinema. It was a big brand new cinema, and I remember watching Lord of the Rings in there, and it was in English. I can't remember the name, but it was all in English, except for the subtitles. And the subtitles were all in Danish, which didn't fucking help when an elf starts fucking talking. But you go to but if you go to Germany, it's all in fucking German. They're all fucking dubbed. So
yeah, that's annoying.
And the thing is, at least in German, I can kind of get the gist of it and shit. But in Danish, like I said, every word's got that stupid little O with a fucking slash through it, and it's like trying to listen to fucking Vikings talk.
Well, hey, with a line through it, that's the same letter basically speaking, as the German umlaut, with an
umlaut?
O, two
The
dots.
umlaut.
Yeah.
Umlauting?
Basically,
You mean like this O right here?
So,
there you go.
so what I've been trying to remember is the only major movie release I've seen in a foreign theater was on one of the deployments. I want to say it was Superman Returns, the one with Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor.
That was the only saving grace was Kevin Spacey.
Yes,
Yeah.
his over-the-top acting was perfect for it. But I want to say I saw it in Singapore. And I was surprised that it actually was in English with subtitles that were not intrusive. But I did see about 5 people recording it in the theater on handheld video cameras.
And then about 5 days later in Iraq, there's like 1,000 fucking DVD guys are giving out that fucking same bootleg DVD.
Or not even, just CDs.
Yeah.
selling it as if it's DVD, but it's just VCD instead. Or even
Does Pearl Harbor count as a foreign port?
No.
Damn.
But the annoying part is you
Guam
watch a
would be
movie that
iffy.
is in English and you kind of want to read the subtitles. When I was a kid, that was always a tough call. For me, I would never want to actually try and read the subtitles while watching an English movie, because when you not in long sentences, but just when somebody answers a question, in a short form, the what was said is usually the exact opposite of what the subtitles are, because of the way we answer questions. It's weird.
I don't know. It's like if you watch a Danish porno, it's like listening to fucking Vikings argue.
What? Who cares about?
I have no reference
dialogue when they're watching porn. What the fuck?
I have no reference for that one, so I will just have to take your word for it.
I think he probably has some insight on this.
I mean, it's not even bad acting.
Wait.
Well, I'm not going there for the commentary, but yeah, it sounds like Vikings arguing over fucking fish stocks or something.
Hey, when you were in Copenhagen, did you also go to that sleazy, very, very small,
that narrowed it down.
Sticky floors and sticky seats, quite a ways away from the city center?
You talking about the coin machines?
No, a cinema.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No, I don't. Well, the ones in Germany, when you go, it's not like a cinema in Germany. It's kind of, you got these little fucking booths. So you got these sliding doors. So you walk in there and you fucking. This is back in my first tour, but you walk in there and there's a little fucking. Well, there's a little lady walking out with a fucking mop in her mop bucket, stuff like that. So you're like, what the fuck am I getting myself into? But sure, why not? So you go in these little fucking booths.
Palma, Spain.
Huh? Who?
They had those in Palma, Spain when I was there back in '96.
Yeah, but but you know what I'm talking about. You go in these little fucking booths, got this fucking door, you slide it shut, you start dropping your fucking your 5-mark coins into the fucking machine. Got these little fucking up and down arrows. Yep, or A, B, or C, or D, whatever you fucking going for. Like yep.
It had the little tissue box. The little tissue box was in there.
I don't remember about the tissue box, but I remember the sticky floors and the grandma-looking woman walking around with a mop. It's kind of disconcerting.
Good old Mama San.
Yeah, you know what the creepy part about that is? When she starts her shift, the bucket is empty, completely empty.
Wow, I'll take your word for that. I never actually dipped my hand down there to see if there was water, but because it was dark. But I'll take your word there, Bo.
Did any of you see like one of the last shows before the demise of Non Sequitur was the two chicks that run the show, Two Girls, One Mic, and they review porn movies, but not really from the sexual aspect of it, but from the artistic aspect of it. And it was fairly fascinating because they actually take it pretty seriously. I mean, of course, there's some levity in it, but it was actually a couple of hours of them talking about their channel. It was pretty interesting.
I'll tell you what.
They spent some time on the lighting to properly light up that dick move. That was artistic. Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you.
That's sort of what they're on about.
I'll tell you what. Next time I'm watching a fucking porn movie, I'll yell at every time the eye line is fucking wrong. Wait a minute, her eye line and his eye line are not fucking right. Get that shit fucking straight. All right, thumbs up. Continue.
Yeah, they talk about like the dialogue and the screenwriting and everything. I haven't been to their channel, but them talking about it was pretty interesting.
Hey, next time we have JM Truth on here, or we're talking with him, or if he ever comes in, we can ask him about that. Since he's got a degree in.
Speaking of Riders of Dinosaurs, if you're not subscribed to his channel, do it. He has a bunch of material poking fun at JM Truth, and it made my drive home from the Hyannis ferry port that much more easy to tolerate.
Did you go to fucking?
What is it? What's his channel?
Did you go to Martha's Vineyard, you sly dog?
No, I was actually at Nantucket for work.
That's even worse.
Rider of Dinosaurs?
Yes.
Yeah.
And, oh god, the douchebaggery that was walking through that place. Oh.
What? Talk about Nantucket?
Yeah.
Just subscribed. Redefining the meaning of amuse. JM Truth, Rider of Dinosaurs. I got to check that out.
Yeah, I'm in the comment section on those. So that's my new favorite channel, or not favorite, but my newie channel.
Are you subscribed to my channel?
181
and if
subs?
not, then why not?
Who? What?
I said, are you subscribed to my channel? And if not, why not?
Yes, I am. You gave me the $100 to do it, and I did it as you said.
Okay.
Or even more importantly, Marvel Girl.
Wait, he gave you money to subscribe?
Marvel Girl gave me $300, and I subscribed, but then I unsubbed.
Okay. Well, hey, yeah. When you do an arrangement like that, make sure you put it in writing, and make sure you also add a little line saying you are not allowed to unsub.
No, the thing is, he signed a non-disclosure, and so we're going to have to talk after this.
Well, see, here's the problem, though. I already unsubbed, so suck it.
Here's Jared's favorite channel.
I thought that was Pornhub.
Well, you know.
No, that's the top of the frequent tabs.
Yeah. Now,
that's all the
tab on the left.
Yeah.
That's on the
you would think that Kent Hovind would be subscribed to Rider of Dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. See, that's where it would need to be.
Right.
That's where it would need to be on a Christian pornography site. And then he'd be all over it, literally.
Wait, do you know they have those?
Oh, God.
They actually.
Where have you been?
What? No. Huh? I heard about this from my wife was friends with a pastor's wife, and the subject of pornography came up, and there's actually a genre of pornography in which the participants who are being filmed are married, and the consumers are meant to be married couples who watch it together. And apparently that's an in run around the whole no porn thing.
But
does genre.
But if you're married to Jesus, does that matter? Can you be married to Jesus and still get on without actually married to a woman?
Wouldn't that be a three-way?
Well, aren't all nuns married to Jesus?
As long as Jesus isn't watching, because he's gonna make it weird.
I think it's only if you're Catholic you're married to Jesus, right?
And anybody remember back in the I think late 90s, the old fucking Yahoo chat?
Yes.
Yes, that was if you want to get a little sexting going on with a webcam, just go to the fucking Christians and singles, because you're definitely gonna find a fucking female, because you just had to go, I'm a 21-year-old white male with cam. Want to talk? Sure.
Oh, wow.
And she starts talking like that, and you got your cam on, and I just go, oh, it's getting hot. I need to take my shirt off. It just goes from there.
That's great.
It's getting hot in here.
Speaking of Jesus watching, the greatest thing Christopher Hitchens ever said was when he made the analogy of Christ watching you in North Korea because they're always being surveilled.
Yeah.
He said, at least in North Korea, you can die.
Yeah. Yeah, it just that's how you get the old fluids going with the old female on the Christian chat is God, the computer is like with a fan going, it's getting hot in my room. Can I take my shirt off? I'm in the army. I'll put my LBE and my Kevlar on and show you some of my low crawling.
There you go.
This is what you should be thinking of when you're talking about speaking with Jesus.
Which one?
Biggest.
Dickus.
Oh.
And now I've got a certain. Okay, recently I was told that it was.
He has a wife, you know.
It was a fake video, but I still love the hell out of it. This old couple doing some rap with the other old people doing some chorus work and all that, rapping for Jesus on YouTube. Just search for that.
God.
Rapping for Jesus.
Hey, Bo, are you married?
Hell no.
Oh, I was about to say you can always joke with us and go, so was the last time you guys had a Danish?
Nah, I get it.
Because Danish is something we would call, well, I'm translating, but Vienna bread. So, no, that wouldn't mean anything to me.
It means a lot to us, though.
Some pastries.
It means a lot to us, though.
If you're as old as I am, you remember this song from the 80s, Amadeus?
Yeah. Amadeus.
The morning show here did a parody of it, and it said, I'm a Danish.
Nice.
So was the last time you had a Danish in you?
I there's something there in the background, in the back of my head. I'm just not sure what it's referencing. I have no doubt that it is something, you know.
Pay no attention to what's in the back of your head. It's fine.
Hey,
Just
no
leave it
attention what's
alone.
on your screen.
It's a mushroom stamp.
Tumblr.
It's a silly place.
Huh? Who?
Just a bottle. I know that movie entirely too well.
That thing's like fucking 13 pixels big on my phone right now. So I got this thing in portrait.
Well, how else would you have it? Oh yeah, that's right. Landscape is the only way to go.
Oh, jeez.
Unless you're taking portraits. That's right.
Yes.
And then speaking of Tumblr, let's see what Fino had posted. It's actually
the echo chamber of Dirk.
It's
Tumblr.
actually not that bad.
I will pull it up.
Liar. Pictures or it didn't happen.
Speaking of pictures, or it didn't happen. It happened.
Yes. Okay, I need to stop that video. Come on.
Shut up.
Bo's sending me fucking links to Christian porn. So that y'all know.
I'm not. but hey, that video I was talking about earlier, rapping for Jesus. You need to watch this, and you have to make a bet to yourself not to laugh while watching it. It doesn't matter if you are Christian or have been or have Christian people in your family. I gave my sister-in-law a challenge of watching this, and she's a pastor. She was at the time I had her watch this. It was in church, actually, at a church gathering. We had some food and stuff like that. I challenged her to watch this movie with this video without laughing at all. She failed horribly.
So I wonder if this is a Churchill joke.
Was that
Well, I'm afraid the minister's fallen through the earth's Yes. He was a rather rotund man.
He made Taft look skinny. That's
He
hard
was
to do.
funny. He was funny in his own right, though. Like very funny.
Well,
He was at a party. He was at a party once, and everybody knows he was a drinker. And he had said something, and some lady had said, "Sir, you are drunk." And he said, "Well, madam, in the morning I'll be sober, and you'll still be ugly."
Okay, I have something for a certain someone in the chat.
Oh God, you sending that link to everybody now?
God.
I don't know who he was referencing, but well.
Yeah, not sure who Fino was talking about, but someone was breathing a little too heavily into the microphone for their taste.
And surprise, surprise, not Piggy.
Well, if you really want it, we could go the full ASMR route.
Oh, I am getting my new microphone next week.
And speaking of pig,
Another Churchill joke. A lady told him, "Sir, if you were my husband, I would poison you." And he said, "Madam, if I were your husband, I would drink it."
That's about right.
Well, when you think about it, the way Winston Churchill could carry himself in a speech off the cuff, I would have loved to have met him.
He had to be one of the greatest orators
outside of the
all
limelight.
time.
Without the cameras rolling, without being public, just in private, he would probably ruin my stomach muscles.
Talk about predicting the future in media, right?
I'm more laughing at Fino's response in the chat. I have a mute button too, dickhead.
Oh, no.
See, you should have learned by now. When we mess with you and kid, we like you.
One thumbs down.
Bringing it back to the porn. Be glad for us Danes. We're a crazy bunch, but we liberated porn.
BDSM.
No, just
any type of porn. We liberated it.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You liberated BDSM from his dungeon. Bring out the gimp.
Jay Brown, where do you find all
I'm
these?
off crotches now. What the hell?
Giphy.com.
Then many different places, really, but yeah, one of them.
Robert's asking for the link, Jared.
You know,
Just, and if you don't have them, I can shoot it.
Yeah, if you want to send it over to him, because for some reason, my copy paste doesn't want to work.
Yeah, let me do the Sean Hubbard thing.
Do.
Have to do it right. Whoops. Okay, somebody farted in my chair.
Gee, I wonder who that could have been.
Here you go, Schrodinger.
Why does that look like JM Truth with no fucking glasses?
What do you think his inspiration is?
We stop using that word with those two letters. It just sounds violating. Yeah.
So JM Liar?
Yeah, that's better.
I noticed he hasn't taken any debates recently. Could it be because he got so ass-handed last time?
Oh, but he is just so busy. He is just so busy with the documentary that he'll do a 2.5-hour live stream and rage at people in the chat. Me.
Do you think he will evolve into the new chew toy after Russian? Not after. He will always be one. Russian vids.
Not necessarily, because he at least knows enough to run away.
The thing is, Russian Vid still keeps showing up to things and then thinking that he won.
Or at least saying that. I'm still confused as to whether I should call him a Poe or
delusional.
A nutcase. Yeah, a nutcase or a nut job.
Oh, come on now. Look here. Bottom line, Russian Vids is this. Bottom line is that.
The bottom line is he's just so full of himself that
I heard that. Whose ass?
Yours.
Sorry.
Who?
I don't know who did it, but it wasn't me this time.
Yeah. Pretty good, Jared. Nice little line for you.
Nice.
I think JM Truth's one of those kind of people who sat in a fucking echo chamber for so fucking long, and now he's kind of dipping his toes outside to see how much he can get a fucking away with, and he's getting fucking bit. So he's kind of going back to his fucking little doghouse to claim victory and how he's so special. Then once he kind of grows some more fucking balls, he'll step out a little bit and.
That live stream there, he cannot handle when you point out his own commentary against him.
Oh, that was hilarious.
He resorted to timing me out and even banning me on one of my accounts, simply because they would make a claim, I would ask for clarification, and they would rage. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, as soon as you want specifics and stuff like that, they know if they give specific answers about things that they'll be held to it, so they try and keep their shit as fucking vague as possible. That way they're like, well, we said this, but we kind of meant that. So, yeah, we meant 3 degrees, not the fucking 15 that we said. So we're just going to say it looks like this or is the, they keep the shit so fucking vague. That way they got wiggle room when they get, called out.
So this is the other project I'm working on. I'm not even adding everything in yet. I'm just like pasting things that I want. I'm already at 35 minutes.
You're not running proxies.
From Fino, I think that JM Truth hoped to find a sugar daddy like one of the Nathans with their platforms, paying for him for being stupid in public, and didn't get any offers.
Or
I know this Globebuster's not even fucking touching JM.
Well, he responded with them, or maybe Nutbusters.
Well, doesn't Globebusters have a Morgal that they're supporting?
Yeah. Like I said, Morgal can move in with fucking Bob. Y'all Christian and everything. Christian brothers sleeping togethers.
Oh, and I do believe that was it Eric Dubay or the Morgile who was confirmed to be a racist fuckface?
That's Dubay.
Or both.
Dubay was
confirmed.
Dubay was racist out of the gate. I mean,
Dubay is a racist anti-Semite.
He's an
just give you a heads up. For all you guys to debate Spurs, just give you a heads up. Spurs is also a fucking racist, anti-Semite, and a fucking homophobe too.
And a Holocaust denier.
He's also a giant Poe.
I know. I dealt with Spurs a long time ago. Jared knows all about my Spurs encounters.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that is probably that is the second oldest video on this channel.
And there's no way Spurs believes it.
Well,
that's two people that I hate.
I feel like watching that again.
Well, so
it was about 15 minutes of me keeping Spurs on one fucking track, and he wanted to keep deflecting. Like, nope, Spurs. How's the sex at work on a flat Earth, especially with the fucking one that with the sun changes size, and he's talking about something else. Like, nope, Spurs. How does an article sex at work on a fucking flat Earth with the sun that changes angular size? Blah 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 blah. No, Spurs.
being kept to the fire is the kryptonite of flippers.
Well, and
How long?
Yeah, that's what happens when you guys debate. That's what one of the things you guys when you have debates with these fucking flat earthers to kind of see. You guys gotta have to kind of pick a subject and one subject and of the debate. It can't be like flat Earth versus round Earth. It has to be like something very specific, like pressures against a vacuum, or something kind of claim they have, and stick to that one topic. Don't let if they drift off. Just remind them the debate is about this. Bring it back and then discuss this. Because what they'll do is they like to do that shotgun thing. They'll start talking about one thing, they'll start talking about another, and they'll start talking about another and another, and you have to address every one of those. And if you don't address every one of them, they'll try and claim victory. So when you guys have these debates, you have to have it. No.
Well,
it's funny because I just talked to Spurs about a sextant just a couple days ago. So apparently he didn't even go try to learn about it.
No,
they will not do it.
Of course not. So here's something else to remember. So it was probably about a week ago, or maybe even a little longer. Red had Spurs on his channel. I joined the hangout, and I'm just there quiet listening for damn near 10 minutes. And Spurs is going on, jawing away with everyone. I pipe up and say one thing. Oh, I got to go make some tea. And he never,
I remember that.
And he never came back.
It's one of those things when you
remember that.
It's like what the thing with the sextant. They always say a sextant. It works perfectly on a flat Earth. That's literally what I'm not asking you. I'm asking you, how does it work on a flat Earth? I'm not asking you, it does it, or anything else. I'm asking you a very specific question for a very specific reason. How does it work? Show me how it works. Don't tell me, well, the Earth's flat and it works, or it works perfectly flat on a flat Earth. That doesn't answer any fucking of my questions. And you avoiding it.
That is their answer. That's not fair.
It's so stupid, man.
I just try to say, you guys, when you guys have those debates, that's all I get from I've been watching for the past 2 years down in Africa, whatnot. When you guys have them, it has to make it for one subject and one subject only. They can't, and when they start to drift, just remind them that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, say, vacuums or fucking gravity or something like that. They can't start talking about fucking curvature and the lack of curvature. No. We're talking about one subject and one subject only, because you're going to do this fucking shotgun shit. We're going to get fucking 30 claims, and all of a sudden we're talking about fucking God and Bible verses and whatnot. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. Okay, now you understand? Then we'll talk about something that are a different fucking one, like, angular speed versus linear speed, or fucking, that kind of thing.
Well, it's impossible to keep them on track.
Just the most simple questions that demands either a yes or no. There can only be three answers. There can only be one out of three possible answers to that sort of question. Yes.
Well, it's
no,
like what's his name said.
Done.
It's like what his name said. It's hard to keep them on track. And the thing is, if you're having a debate where you're having people watching you, and it's basically kind of, people are getting kind of pissed that the conversation isn't going anywhere. Well, that's, it depends how far you want to take the whole keep them on track. But that's the thing when I argue with Spurs and people like that, I want the fucking, like when I was arguing with JM Truth about fucking artillery stuff, I kept to that fucking subject and that subject only. He wanted to fucking drift off to other things. And I just kept bringing it fucking back to the same, first we're going to talk about this, and we're going to show how that you're wrong in this subject. Then we'll fucking move on after this. We're not going to talk about, stars moving and stuff like that when we're talking about fucking Coriolis effect. That's just simple.
You need like Chris Hansen moderating the debate if you're going to get anywhere. They'll take every opportunity to deflect from answering your actual question.
Well, the last
like I said,
the last discussion I was a part of as the moderator, it was JM Truth, or one of those less experienced idiots who was in there.
God, he's so bad.
And as the moderator, I was stepping in and just saying, no, that's not what you were asked. This was the question.
Nathan Thompson is really bad about this whole drifting off, because he has memorized kind of a script, because
exactly
he will go from one subject to the next subject, and it's the same one every time. So it's just like him bouncing that fucking ball on his sledgehammer. He has the fucking lines memorized, and if you get him off script, is when they get fucked up.
Yeah, he gets really mad.
He gets visibly frustrated. He's doing everything. He might as well just stick his fingers in his ear and start yelling la 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 la.
And you know what Anthony Riley has started doing is just saying, well, I'll give you that, and then move on, as if he's conceding, but really he's probing for your weak area. Like he'll give up all these points just to try to find one that you don't know much about.
He's just trying to move on to one topic he can win. I see. Yeah, you're right.
Right.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
Jared,
for doing that.
Jared, we're still good for a week from tomorrow. You moderating for me and Zoom Truth on Craig's channel? He may be away from his microphone.
Well, on a side note, guys, I'm down to 15% on my phone, so I'm gonna go ahead and hang it up, and I'm gonna go charge the phone.
I'm gonna punch out soon too.
But if I hear any craziness come on, like some flat Earth idiot, and my phone's charged up enough, I'll hop back in.
Well, probably not. It's more or less an hour before a movie night starts, so
I'm just putting it out there.
Sorry? Oh,
I'm just saying.
We usually start winding it down right about now anyway. So.
Well, okie dokie.
Yep. Just
always
last
keep
check.
a power bank
Jared,
with you, by the way.
you there?
All right, I'm out, y'all.
All right,
take care, man.
Laters.
He might have went to go freshen up a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, freshening up. Yeah, by downing a beer.
So it's only taken about 2.5 months now, but I'm finally getting my new microphone next week.
I need to get a microphone boom. I've got this little tripod, but I think I need an actual legit boom for mine.
I recommend going with the Blue Compass.
Yeah, or
the Rode
even
PSA
better,
one.
a mic stand.
I got the
mic
Yeti.
stand that can so it's not connected to your table at all, not even touching it. That way you can bang the table or bump it without the microphone picking it up.
Yeah, just when you tap on the floor, it'll pick it up, even if it is carpeted.
Yeah, that's true. But hey, when I started YouTubing, here and there, I literally hung my my shotgun microphone from the ceiling. Unfortunately, it's a condenser mic, so it sucks. Even though it's a shotgun mic, it sucks everything in. And I didn't have any acoustic treatment at all, so it was horrible. But it no vibrations at all came in unless the kid upstairs woke up.
So this is exactly why I don't use. That's exactly why I don't use this microphone right here, because it's a condenser, and it will pick up everything in this room and downstairs.
Yeah, I mean, condensers are awesome. They're great for certain things, but not everything.
Yeah, in a nice sound-treated room, they're perfect.
Yeah, there is a good reason for using a near. What the hell? That was a cat. Using a near field dynamic microphone. Nothing beats it. For commentary or for just simple mic-ins or talk-ins.
This is what I'm getting next week. But it decides to share.
Hi, I'm Mark Sargent.
I wonder if anybody else has ever bought one of those shirts besides Mark Sargent.
I'm kind of tempted to, actually.
I am too. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
Well, I live in Washington.
I know somebody did because somebody went and trolled him with it.
Is that why he stopped wearing it as often?
I can't remember who it was, but somebody went to one of the conventions wearing it.
Oh, you find it odd why it said I'm Mark Sargent, but upside down. That would have made more sense. So he could read it, provided that he can read.
Wait. We should start the rumor that Piggy is Mark Sargent's bastard child.
Oh, that's a good rumor.
Why would we want to help Mark Sargent's
Yeah,
image
Mark
like
Sargent.
that?
Mark Sargent's a virgin, man. Yeah, I'm not helping him with that.
Okay.
Well, do you guys remember the video I shared?
Oh no! Wait! Sperm clinics are a thing, actually.
Yeah.
True.
I think even Mark Sargent's getting turned down by the sperm clinic. You're a flat earther, you say. Okay, next.
Nice.
Yeah. That right there is a Electro Voice ripoff. Not exactly that's the size of it, but yeah.
Well, real quick, I gotta go in a minute. I just put a link in the side chat. I let my son start a YouTube channel. He's got 2 videos. I just want to get him some subscribers, maybe some comments, and you don't have to watch his videos. Just click on them so that he gets a click and a like.
I'll follow him.
Yeah.
Probably not
How old is he?
spread it around everywhere.
He's-
So I mean, I don't want him.
He turns.
Going in there.
He turned 11 today, and he's very excited about his channel. It's called Science with Winston.
Yeah, I'm over here, Winston Overby. I subscribed and I got bell notifications on. I'll give it a shot.
Yep, I got him too.
Appreciate it. His science isn't perfect, but
He's a kid, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
hell, for his age, he does pretty well.
Good.
And the other thing, Jared, are you on? Are you
Yeah,
hearing
I'm
me?
here. Yeah.
Okay, we're still on for a week from tomorrow, 8 o'clock on Craig's channel.
As far as I know.
Okay, I just wanted to double check, and I'm going to be out of here in just a couple of minutes. I need to get some sleep. And thanks
that's
for
a
all
hard
of the everything for Winston. He will appreciate it. He's very
Sleep?
excited.
Sleep? What is sleep?
I'm
Sleep's a
retired.
crutch, man.
You can sleep when you're dead.
Yeah.
Hey, we're up to 5 subs for the kid.
Oh, cool. 'Cause we
Hey.
had 2 just a few minutes ago, so that's
Yeah, you
great.
had 2 when I went on there. I was number 3, I guess.
Yeah, he's got one about black holes and one about earthquakes, and so I'm going to start using the green screen for him and let him start uploading some videos. The only thing that I told him was, when you put something on the internet, it's there forever.
Yeah,
But
so make sure you don't show anything with your address on it and something personal like phone numbers and stuff like
yeah,
that.
no, I edit everything. Like he records it. I let it. I'm there when he records it, and then I edit out. He did. Here's a funny story. Let me get this out real fast. So one of the first collaborations I did was with Brainy Beaver, and one of the lines that I used in that was that I needed help from a wet beaver, and I let my son watch the video. So in the middle of his earthquakes video, he said that he needs to do shout outs, and he shouted out like 3 kids at his school, and then he said, and I want to shout out my dad's friend, Wet Beaver, because he's hilarious.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Dad loves the Wet Beaver.
I kept the original because I'm going to send it to Brainy Beaver, but I had to edit it out because I couldn't let that go out with him saying that my dad's friend is Wet Beaver.
My dad loves the Wet Beaver.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Kat, are you? Is he doing storyboards and maybe a script, or just cliff notes before he starts, or just shooting from the hip?
Well, what I've tried to get him to, he's got a touch of the ADHD. I've tried to get him to organize. So what we do is, the best I've been able to get him to do is run through what he wants to say in his head, and then we go through it like 3 times. But he's actually pretty good shooting from the hip. He's not bad at it.
Well,
so
that's the advantage of people like him and I shooting from the hip. Sometimes, not always, is more effective or more
genuine.
more productive.
Oh, it is. Well, like watch his videos. You can see that he knows what he's talking about.
Winston explains black holes.
Yeah, he does a pretty good job of it. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not,
It's good. It's an 11-year-old explaining his
understanding of the topic,
how he understands it, and I think that's pretty impressive. So
yeah, and pretty much everybody sucks when they start something new they have never tried before. But I'm guessing he doesn't actually suck all that much from the beginning.
Well, the thing is, one of my coworkers, who was a school teacher, she didn't understand black holes, and I said, well, I'll get Winston to make a video for you. So you'll see at the beginning of that video, he says, I'm making a video for this little girl named Kristen, and which is a grown adult that works with me. And
I'll get
so
some friends to do it too.
I sent it to her, and she said this was great. She was like, my children watch this who are his age, and said that they want to see more. He should start a channel. And I'm like, and I thought about it for like 2 days, and I was like, fine, I'll let him start a channel as long as I have strict controls over it. And you know, he's excited. He wants to keep going. I'm gonna get my green screen up and put some stuff in the background for him. And you know, a lot of these kids channels are doing like better than adults.
Yeah.
So we'll see what
kids
happens.
have a leg up for sure.
When I was a kid, it was us in school. Some of us were teaching the teachers to speak English properly or how to use a computer. These days, apparently, it's about astronomy.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, Schrodinger.
Yeah.
With him, you're going to have to heavily monitor the channel.
Oh yes,
because
I
especially
understand
if
the
you've
implications,
been looking into it, YouTube has a heavy pedophile problem, like a heavy one.
Yeah. He
like
doesn't
where
read the
there's
comments before
literally
I do.
communities full of it. So
Yeah. He
They're
doesn't.
dedicated to it.
He doesn't have the password. He doesn't have any control over it, and he's not going to unless oh god, when he's 15, 16, maybe he can start doing something like that. But even if it became a big channel, I would still maintain control because I've seen all of those horror stories.
Is
And
he?
Go ahead.
Is he Winston Jr.?
No. I named him after Churchill.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's too bad that I'm just guessing here, but it's too bad that YouTube doesn't have
better parental controls.
I got you. You're on his account. Okay.
Parent account safety features thing. So your kid has their own channel. They have some control over it, but some things you have to have a parent for.
Yeah,
That would
no,
be great.
it's his channel, but he just doesn't have access to it.
Yeah.
Except he has to come to me to make a video. I have to hit record. I have to sit here while he records. I stop the recording. I edit the recording. I post it, and then I monitor everything. I bring him in to show him updates. Is basically what we're doing right now.
What you have to think of, though, is that some things in comment sections that will not be filtered automatically. He could still see that.
I read them. I read them before he sees them.
Yeah, unless he sees it on at school or somewhere else before you get a chance to.
Yeah, I guess he could maybe access his channel
as a subscriber.
Fino's got it right there,
It's
Jared.
nothing he hasn't. He won't see somewhere else.
Yeah. Isn't there a way to make it to where you have to approve comments?
Yes.
Okay, maybe I need to look into that.
Yeah, you can make it to where but you're gonna have to approve every one of those comments.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, it's easy. The only people that know about it are like friends of mine who I've told to hey, go over there and help him out.
Outside of the 30 people who you just told about it, who's watching.
Well, yeah, but then they need to go over there and subscribe and leave a nice comment and click like, assholes. He's 10. Well, he's 11 today.
Happy birthday. I'm not going to comment until I get a chance to watch it. I'm actually going to comment on it. So.
It's pretty. He's a very precocious kid. He's very likable. So it's pretty easy to like his videos.
I'll be the judge of that.
He's been up here a couple of times.
These folks have talked to him.
Okay.
Jared's talked to him. Bo's talked to him. Piggy's talked to him.
And hell, I'm surprised the last couple times you've been on, he hasn't burst through the door.
No, he tries. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he'll get his hands on a lockpick set or something.
Yeah. In my last debate, he wanted to come on and start. He had a list of insults that he wanted to say, and I'm like, no, this is a polite debate. This is not what we're doing. And he said, but Dad,
he's learning already. I love it.
I want to see that list, man.
He said, Dad, I wanted to tell him that he's dumber than a crackhead. I'm like, how do you know what a crackhead is? Go away.
Yeah.
Maybe he's watching Flat Out Zero, without you knowing it.
No,
Maybe.
no. I have a better question. Pig, how did you get his phone number?
Pig's mic is off.
Huh?
Yeah, he's muted.
There we go.
Well, that's because Furball gave me it.
Damn it, Furball. That's a long distance call for Furball.
Not unless he uses the phone at work. Call from the DSN.
The DSN, but how could he call? Well, you can. Yeah, you can go through the switchboard.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's still being logged, though. It would have to be connected to a case, wouldn't it?
No. So
No.
that's the thing. When my brother was deployed in Iraq, he would be bored in the middle of his shift, and he would know I was working second shift in Florida. So he would use the DSN phone, hook it up to his Ambo Humvee for the battery power, and then give me a call. And once he figured out what my schedule was, how it was every other night, that we would spend easily 2-3 hours of when I was on shift just shooting the shit about what was going on over there. And we technically got away from it because I was getting situational updates from the other services.
Right. And if it's during a low traffic time of day, you can just go to the DSN operator and just get patched through to a landline.
to make sure the lines are working correctly over not just hello, signal check. Yeah, okay, good, bye.
Yeah,
no connection. We need to make sure that it works.
Yeah, checking prolonged fidelity.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here.
Too. I mean, it has to be done.
All right.
I'll see you next week.
Later, Kat.
Yep.
Night, Kat.
Night, guys.
Not
Take
really,
care,
but
bro.
yeah.
Jared, I sent the link to the stream to Fino.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, because I finally found the part with Bo's help. So
yeah, always use when you're trying to look for something specifically said in a YouTube video, live stream, Premiere, whatever the fuck. Unless they have giant potatoes in their mouth while talking, use the transcript. The automate. Yeah, I have a potato in my mouth for some reason.
Automated.
Yeah, the automated. Thank you. The automated transcription feature in YouTube. You don't even have to download the damn video. You just click that the three dots there and open the transcript, copy paste it into a word processing file, program or whatever, and search for words. It's the easiest.
well, I learned something new today.
Yeah.
Which is more than I can say for most flat earthers.
Yeah. I mean, before I found out, I would download the damn video with what's it called? One of the J downloader, I think it was.
Yeah.
J downloader 2. That thing can also downloads a CSV text file for subs, and that's basically the same thing. So, but I found out you could do it without even downloading it. So, and that's with including the time code. Well, it's not really time code, but it's good enough for it.
So, actually, I was just thinking about something. Has anyone heard from Main Gun in the last couple weeks?
No.
I haven't seen any activity from him.
Oh no, he got married again.
Oh Lord, that's why.
Told him not to.
Married is such a bland word. The Danish word for married or marriage is so much more fitting. It's
torture.
It's literally the same word for poison, gift. It's spelled like gift. It's the same word that both means poison and thank you. That both means poison and married.
Interesting.
Now, since it translates to English as a present, are you hoping that one of the wedding gifts is actually poison at that point?
It depends on the person, I guess.
I mean, because, and you can verify this. Robin Williams actually traced back the root word of divorce.
Yeah.
He found it was from the Latin word divorte, which translates from
help.
Latin.
Okay, there you go.
Which translates from Latin into castration through one's wallet.
Oh, beautiful!
Nice.
I was thinking. Oh, it's
Hey,
too
I need
bad
to interrupt. Sorry, Bo. I have to go. We're
Muerte.
getting ready to go on with Mark. Gotta go. Bye.
Take care,
Oh, it's happening already. I love it.
Yeah. I'll ask Furball if you end the stream if I could stream it in, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's getting close to that time of the night anyways.
Does this mean we're not having movie night tonight?
No, movie night is still a thing, but we have 45 minutes for this the first of what hopefully will be many.
Nice.
Oh, I fucking love it.
What's going on?
They found my meme. I was not going to ring the bell for this one, but they found my meme.
What's going on tonight, guys?
So, Furball is starting a series where he just interviews flurfers. Doesn't debate them, doesn't necessarily challenge them, just interviews
In their
them.
thoughts. That'll be fun.
Hey, Jared, this one's personally for you from Tech, by the way.
He's starting with Mark Sargent.
He's actually got Mark on his. Wow.
About to start, so if we go off air, we get to listen in live. See,
I wish you'd let us mirror it on here so we can comment on it.
Well, no, that's the thing. We will get to watch as the interview is taking place live and being recorded. The interview is then going to be made into a regular video on BM Furball's channel.
Which will then peruse it then.
Which then we can further comment publicly at that point. But this way, we can get clued in on the wonderfulness of it beforehand. And by the way, people, if you become a patron, join the Patreon page. Even if you're not a veteran for something like this, you can join in on the off-air fun.
Sweet.
So with that, let's go ahead and get ready and have some of our own kind of fun in that manner. So, as has been stated, in about 45-ish minutes, almost an hour, Strike will be live with Movie Night. I will be there for at least the beginning. We will see how coherent I end up staying, because I have been awake for 22 hours.
Where is this live stream going to be at? Is it on BM Furball's main channel?
No. It's not a live stream. Pig is going to be sharing the audio of the interview with us in here in this meet while it's being recorded, so Furball can make a video about it.
Nice.
So we are getting a sneak peek of the questions and answers of BM Furball interviewing Flat Earth Mayor Mark Sargent.
That's going to be tasty.
So with that, thank you all for coming, everyone on the panel and out in the live chat. looking forward to seeing you on the next show, which will be over on Movie Night on Sci Strike's channel in less than an hour.
Link is in the is down in the chat.
We will see you there.
Thanks for having me.